Bonjour, welcome back to the Engenau evening session, day 8 of 10 of the track and field of the Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. It's a big wheelchair action. Will get us underway tonight. As you can see, the athletes are coming out round the track. It's a nice evening, 25 Celsius. It's calm, and in the next half hour, night will fall. As will some world records. It's almost guaranteed. We're gearing up for some more big crowds as we head towards the weekend, the final action of Rio 2016. We've got 12 finals in the night session. The women's 5,000 meters T54 will get us underway as Tatjana McFadden goes for a third gold medal of these games, men's Javelin F34. Malou Ryan goes the women's 200 meters T44. She is the reigning world and Paralympic champion in that. Men's 200 meters T11. Felipe Gomez, the defending champion. The T12 Simon Pineda is the defending champion in that. Scott Reardon, Richard Whitehead, Heinrich Popov, Yoda Pettigrew all going in the men's 100 meters T42. Loads more besides. Men's 800 T53. Bren Lakitos and Payo have already won golds here. And lots of relay action as well. We'll be here for quite a few hours tonight.
Good evening, yes, and on the field we have the men's javelin, the women's discus, women's shot, and also the men's long jump, 2 divisions in the women's discus, the F41s and F57s. And on the track, Scott Reardon looking for gold, the first gold on the track for Australia. They've had success once here in the field at these Paralympic Games. Also, the 200-metre world champion up against the 400-metre world champion in the T11 200 Final. The 2 relays, the 4x400 T53s to 54s, and the 4x100 for T35s to T38s. We've got a long-distance race to kick off. Of course, in the 1,500 metres in the T54s, the team from the USA, the Max, McFadden, McClammer, and McRory trifected that race. And they're looking for a hat-trick again in the women's 5,000 metres, and that's what's going to kick us off here. Conditions perfect, 26 degrees. Humidity hasn't been as bad today. It's around the 60% mark, and here is the starting lineup for the 5,000 metres.
It's T54, so it's the fastest racers. And all of these have been involved in finals so far in these championships. Tatjana McFadden is the world champion formerly in this. Su Li Hong, the reigning world champion. Amanda McGrory has held the world and Paralympic titles in this previously, with the United States doing the 1, 2, 3 in the 1,500 meters. Gunilla Wångren of Sweden, the 4 times medalist of the European Championships this year in Grosseto, 3 silvers and a bronze. Alongside her, for Brazil, she was 7th in the semi-final of this, went out in the semi-finals of the 15, Maria de Fatima Fonseca Chavez. Amanda McGrory, who was the Paralympic champion in this in 2008, former world champion from quite a while ago, also in the fantastic 5,000 meters, that's from 2011. Amanda McGrory of the United States. Here's the reigning world champion of a 5,800 and 4x4, Su Li Hong of China. Chelsea McClammer, silver in the 400 here, bronze in the 15, with McGrory taking the silver for the United States. Pan Am gold in the 4 and the 8 for Chelsea McClammer. Ma Jing of China, first major championship, but 6th in the 4 and 7th in the 1,500 meters. Tatjana McFadden, gold in the 4 and gold in the 1,500 meters here. 3 golds in London, 6 in Lyon of the World Championship. Skipped Doha, but still won a marathon gold in London. The one, the only, Tatjana McFadden. The world champion over 800 meters. Bronze in the 15 in Doha and 5th in the 15 here. For Australia, it's Madison de Rosario. Commonwealth Games silver medalist over 1,500 meters in Glasgow in 2014. She won the gold in the 15 previously in Delhi. Former marathon world champion from 06, Diane Roy of Canada. Manuela Schär as well for Switzerland. 4-time European champion from Swansea in 2014, including the 5,000 meters. 12.5 laps of the track, and Diane Roy crossed the line first in 2008, but they had to do a rerun. There was a massive crash in that. We're underway. Shah, Roy, De Rosario, McFadden, Ma Jing, McClammer, Zhu, McGrory, Fonseca, and Wollongren. That's the lineup for this women's 5,000 meters final. 3 from the United States. China well represented with 2 on the board, and looking to make a little push on straight away. At the back, Manuela Shah is leading for Switzerland in winning medals and major championships since 2004. Madison de Rosario right back alongside. Her first major championship medal actually coming in Beijing in 2008, when she was only 14 years old. Based in Sydney, coach Louise Sauvage. And it's the Rosario in front now, Shah alongside. You just look at a little bit of movement up there as well, with Diane Roy in 3rd place. Big cheers from Maria Fonseca Chavez in 4th. A little bit of movement from the Americans beginning to start as well. They have 3 in this. They got all 3 medals. Gold for McFadden, silver McGrory, and bronze McClammer in the 1,500 meters final. Expect a lot of cat and mouse early on, although McFadden in the semi-final did look to break the field, and she did very quickly. McClammer has made the move on the outside. McCrory's behind her, and McFadden's behind her. That's interesting. 11 laps to go.
So McClammer, who was the silver medalist in the 400 meters, joined by McGrory on the outside as they leave the straight. Shire de Rosario behind them, then Roy on the outside of Fonseca Chavez. Now here goes McFadden. McFadden's going to try and catch her country women napping here, and she has done so down the back. So going to the lead is McFadden. McFadden kicks clear, as she likes to do. Out in front from in 2nd place, McClammer, and then McGrory's USA 1, 2, 3. Shire 4, De Rosario 5, and then next in the field is Roy from Canada, then the 2 Chinese, and currently it is Zhu leading Ma in that department. Ma with the light blue helmet on the outside of Fonseca Chavez, and last of the group is Wollongren, the Swede, at her 3rd Paralympic Games. So as they come past the line, and now driving up on the inside, McClammer has a little look to her left and sees McFadden and says, I'll do some heavy lifting for now. McGrory 3rd the inner. Then in 4th position as they head to the back is Shire from Switzerland. Expect her to be there, hanging tough for a long time. The 22-year-old De Rosario is behind her. Then it's Roy, and next in the field for China is Zhu. Fonseca Chavez just trying to sneak round on the inside, and Wollongren is at the tail. So as they come up towards the bend again, 55.08 was the previous lap, and it's McClammer leading McGrory, and McFadden's going to have a little bit of a rest at the moment in their slipstream in 3rd. Doesn't want to get pocketed though. Shire moves up around her, so McFadden's just going to tuck in, and De Rosario is 1 out and 1 back, getting a nice trail, but the cat and mouse tactics continue with 9 laps to go.
Very interesting that you saw Tatiana McFadden placed in 3rd there of the American 1, 2, 3, and just shouting out the instructions. That's the teamwork. She's the captain. She led them home to get all the medals, but now big movement. McClammer and McGrory going away, and Shah is going with them, and McFadden on the outside, and that's the big break. And De Rosario's trying to mark them, trying to bridge the gap up into 5th place. And we've got a breakaway group of 5. 3 for the United States, 1 Switzerland, 1 Australia. And really, if the rest of the field, the other 7, want to prevent a clean sweep, they themselves are going to have to work as a team. But there's McFadden, using her know-how, using her gusto. She's a brilliant technician, a fantastic racing mind. USA 1, 2, 3. McFadden, McGrory, McClammer. McGrory's got the orange helmet, McClammer the little dark streak, the dark red round the middle if you want to tell them apart. And McFadden, well, the best way to tell her apart is she's at the front, but she's got a more plain helmet. Shah in 4, Rosario 5, Chinese in 6 and 7, Ma Jing and Zhu Yihong Zhu bronze in the 4, and now really trying to slow things up on the outside. That's McGrory with the orange helmet. McFadden working things well also. You know this is the main tactic. USA gunning for the hat-trick again if they can. To Rosario doing some work on the outside. Oh, and look at this on the inside. Well, that can surely only be one person. Tatjana McFadden racing off again to the front. McGrory on the outside. McClammer on the inside. USA, 1, 2, 3, 7 laps to go.
Extraordinary tactics, really slowing it off. That'll be one of the slowest laps of the race, 60.02. And McFadden not able to really sprint away from the field. At this stage, only leading by a length to McGrory, McClammer. Then Shire in 4th place. De Rosario, one off the line in next position. And then it is further back, Zhu from Ma. And they slow it off at the same part of the track again. Roy next, and Fonseca Chavez is able to tack onto the group. And detached is Wollongren, the Swede. So as they come towards the home corner, the Americans really dictating as a group here, as now McClammer moves up again to do some heavy lifting from McGrory. McClammer just tries to steal a march over McGrory up the straight. Shire is watching this all unfold. 4 back the inside, De Rosario, and then it's McFadden, one off the inside, tracked by the veteran Roy. Then the 2 Chinese along the inside is Zhu from Ma. And then at the end of the field, Wollongren. So into the back. That previous lap, 59.67. So just speeding up a shade. Chelsea McClammer goes into the back, 2nd in the women's 400 here, 3rd in the 1500, and was the bronze medalist in this race in Doha in the 5,000 metres. McGrory now takes it up as they come off the back section. McGrory with a personal best of 11:05.14, but they're chopping and changing as McClammer goes back to the lead. Now, what's McFadden doing whilst all this is happening? She's having a rest at the back. She's only got 4 behind her at the moment and caught up in traffic, interestingly. It's McClammer in front of Shire, De Rosario, the 1, 2, 3, and they get a gap of about 15 metres in front, with McFadden at the moment up there in 5th position, but just has a bit of work to do to rally up towards this leading trio. But at this stage, it's led by McClammer as they head to the back.
Yeah, McClammer's still out in front. Shire, De Rosario, they're the 3 away. It was interesting seeing Tatjana McFadden just tootling along at the back. She's not doing that anymore. Shooting up into 4th place, and she's bringing McGrory with her. She'll bridge the gap. She's really spread them out. She's trying to destroy the rest of the field, but it's all 10 pretty much in a row in a slipstream. Wollongren of Sweden at the back, and the Brazilian Fonseca Chavez there too, who's done very well to reach the final. USA, Switzerland, Australia, USA, McClammer, Shire, De Rosario, McFadden, McGrory. Next up, the Chinese, Ma Jing. China 6 and 7 at the moment. 55.46 that lap, 4 laps to go. McClammer's doing a lot of the arm work at the moment up at the front. Now Shah sees a little look on the inside. Maybe the temptation was there, but there's still 1,500 meters to go in this 5,000 final. So Shah's not going to go straight away. Look where McFadden is. Just right behind that group of 3 that Shah and De Rosario are tucked in with. And they've all been here before, you know. Shah has been a marathon world champion. De Rosario, the 800 champion, that great victory in Doha. Americans have all got big honors as well. McGrory, the former world and Paralympic champion. McClammer with the Pan Am titles and the 4 and the 8. Shah well out in front at the moment, but not for long. The Americans ganging up. McFadden's now in 2nd place with 3 to go.
Shah, McFadden, then McGrory on the outside of McClammer. De Rosario is next, 4 back along the inside in about 5th position. Then the first of the Chinese, which is Zhu. Ma tracking her, Roy on the inside, then Fonseca Chavez. So down the back, Shire leads from McFadden 2nd, McGrory 3rd. And you can see McClammer with the black helmet on the inside. USA second, third and fourth. Previous lap 56.86. So Shire really did try and steal a march here over the Americans. Hasn't really worked though, because McFadden has stuck on. McRory third on the outside, then McClammer, and next in the field is Zhu from China. Ma on her back, De Rosario the inside, and then well back is Roy on the inner of Fonseca Chavez, and then a gap to Wollongren. So they come down the straight with 2 laps to go. Shire can't get away from McFadden. McRory on the back of McFadden, the place to be. McClammer next the inside. De Rosario needs to see some daylight. Covering her at the moment is the Chinese athlete in Zhu. Ma's getting a perfect sit on the back of her, as there's movement now by McFadden as they continue their journey down the back, where the leader is Shire. McFadden's trying to surge away from her at this point, and they are going stride for stride. McClammer's worked into it really well. Stamina sapping stuff here. And then De Rosario on the inside of McRory, and then the 2 Chinese. But McFadden has gone to the front narrowly, but Shire is giving her a terrific race on the inside. She's being extremely courageous. And on the outside is McClammer, moving up now into silver medal contention with a lap to go.
Look at this at the bell. It's McFadden leading them out. McClammer behind. McRory going 2 on the outside. And Char looks spent. She's in 4th place. De Rosario's trying to go with them in 4th. Now it's De Rosario up in 4th place. USA 1, 2, 3. That's what the rest of the field absolutely fed. It's McFadden leading. It's McClammer in 2nd place. McRory 3rd. De Rosario staying up with them in 4th place. And Char in 5th. This is where the goal's going to be decided in the next 200. De Rosario's the only one who looks like he can deny a clean sweep, and she's trying to do it on the outside. It's Jajana McFadden leading them out. Now they're spreading out, and it's McFadden in the lead. In 2nd place, it's McClammer. It's McRory in 3rd. De Rosario on the outside. Can she pull it off? It's McFadden, McClammer, McRory. It's the Mac hat trick again. De Rosario on the outside in 4th place, and the Chinese come through in 5th and 6th. Zhu Nihong and Mao Zheng, but they've done it again. They worked it brilliantly. De Rosario knew what was coming and couldn't prevent it. And the United States have done it again. Wollongren coming home right at the back. But everybody knew what they wanted to do, and the United States have gone and done it again. Jajana McFadden leads home the American 1, 2, 3. McClammer gets the silver, McRory the bronze, and it's a reverse of the 2nd and 3rd from the 1500 meters. And the team captain, that's what she is in this, has worked it brilliantly.
Great shot by our cameraman there. You can see, looking up at the big screen, just to see where she was. That was very early on in the race. So a gold medalist in the 400, the 1500, the 5,000, silver medalist in the 100 meters, still with a relay to come and an 800 and a marathon to come. Just didn't have the ping tonight at the end of 5,000 meters. She had to tough it out. And McClammer and McRory working with her for another trifecta. De Rosario, didn't she look at danger with 400 meters to go? She was really working into it and played it tactically so well, but unable to be denied, beaten by 3 outstanding athletes. And it's a real haul, isn't it? 14 Paralympic medals now for McFadden. 5th Paralympic gold turns into her 6th.
Yeah, 11:54.07. And De Rosario almost made it, you know. She read it very, very well. Char just got caught out in the end, and she fell back a bit. I think she must have been about 8th in the end. But McFadden gets her 3rd gold of the Games. It's her 4th medal, and she's the grand orchestrator. Yet again, she's brought McClammer and McRory through to her. It's teamwork all the way. There's not much more you can say about this. They've worked it brilliantly once more. For the 2nd major final in a row, here is the podium. And it's USA 1, 2, 3. Now just take a look at the Rosario on the outside. McFadden's got enough of a margin. She's not going to be taken out by her teammates. McClammer second, McGrory third. But the Rosario so close. She knew what was coming. They all knew what was coming. And the Australian was the one who was in the best position to try and deny that. But it was a pure tactical masterclass. The masterstroke works again. And she's not just won the gold. It's the silver and the bronze for the United States. McFadden, McClammer, McGrory, the 1, 2, 3. Shah, a broken woman by the end in 8th place. They're loving it.
We move on to the javelin, the men's javelin. And this is the F34 classification. And you can see the world record mark is at 38.05. And that was set by Wang Yangzhang from China, who is here again. The world champion. You can see there, 6th in the order. We have a field of 9. That's a world record set at the championships in Doha. Here is, by way of introduction, some of the athletes who are just getting ready to warm up in the arena. We see Razik from Tunisia, who is 34 years of age, a personal best of 37.17, hasn't thrown near that this season. This is Abdul Rahman from Qatar. And he's 28 years of age, had a birthday last week. This is Mohsen Kaidi from Iran. And can get it out there, Kaidi. He'd be one of the favourites here. 5th in the shot put, get around the 43-metre mark. He's the defending Paralympic champion. So that's going to be an interesting contest, especially between those two, Kaidi and Wang, in the men's javelin throw, as we return to the track, some 200-metre action.
The final of the women's 200 metres, T44, and again, a terrific field fighting their way to the final of this. The reigning world and Paralympic champion Marlu van Rijn, the reigning European champion Imgard Ben Susan, former world champion, looking for her 3rd gold of the Games, Marie-Amélie Lefebvre. But here's the European silver medalist in the 2 and bronze in the 4, Giusy Versace of Italy. Immensely famous in her homeland. Laura Sugar of Great Britain, bronze in the 1 and the 2 in the Europeans in Swansea. Silver in the 1, bronze in the 2 in Grosseto. The reigning European champion over 100 and 200 metres. And silver in the 4 for Germany, based in Leverkusen. Former South African international athlete in the IAAF circuit, Imgard Ben Susan. But here she is, the marvellous Marlu van Rijn of the Netherlands. The reigning world and Paralympic champion. Gold in the 200. She's won 4 world titles since then. The 100 and the 2. Carry the flag in the Maracanã. Marie-Amélie Lefebvre, gold in the 4. Gold in the long jump here. As was the case in Doha, it was silver in the 1 and the 2 in the Worlds, but she'll be fighting. Lane 3 for Switzerland, bronze in the 100 metres at the Europeans. Abbasio Rahmani of Switzerland. In lane 2, 5th in the long jump here, bronze in the long jump at the Worlds in Doha, and bronze in the 100 metres at the Asian Games in Korea. From Tokyo for Japan, Saki Takakuwa. And in the first major championship out of Boston, Massachusetts. For the United States, it's Famita Ayenbeku. Van Rijn with those global crowns. Lefebvre, Ben Susan. Lanes 4, 5 and 6, where we expect all the action to be. Van Rijn, Lefebvre, magnificent champions. Once more, they come head to head. the final of the women's 200 meters, T44. Away first time, and Lefeur has got a much better start than Van Rijn, but Van Rijn improved very quickly in the semi-final. Ben Susan going brilliantly for Germany as well. Now they straighten up. Ben Susan with a slight advantage for Germany. Van Rijn in second place, Lefeur in third. She's putting the foot down, Marlou Van Rijn. She's on the way. She's going to win the gold again at the Paralympic Games. It's Marlou Van Rijn who wins it. It's 26:17. It's a new Paralympic record. Ben Susan the silver, Lefeur the bronze. The second and third embrace because Marlou Van Rijn is streets ahead. Another great triumph for this magnificent athlete. A Paralympic record, and by the end she was looking across at the clock to see how fast she was going. Dutch gold again. Such a star that was born really at London 2012. Rachmani was in fourth place and Sugar in fifth. And the woman they all had to beat has come up trumps again. Marlou Van Rijn, the Paralympic champion once more, and that is her sixth global gold. And there was no stopping it. Wasn't a great start by her. Ben Susan and Lefeur on either side got off better, but when Marlou gets going, she just doesn't stop. Here's the Ben Susan still edging it from Van Rijn, but here she is in her playground, just where she wants to be. Eyes on the line, little glance at the clock. Gold again for Van Rijn, Ben Susan second, Lefeur third.
Well, she really needed the heat run to warm up over this 200 metres because she was so tardily away and then stormed home. But in this, you couldn't have put enough on her on the turn. She was home and hosed and just had to put them away in the straight, and that's exactly what she did, holding her form. And another brilliant display by a star Paralympian in a high-quality final. Here she is, a lovely shot of her head on, eyes on the prize, head nice and still, and that technique not deviating one little bit.
She's a great champion. And you look at the quality of athlete behind her. Ben Susan, Lefeur, even Rachmani who's coming good. Marlou Van Rijn having the look up just to make sure she was far enough ahead. Gets the gold medal again. Gold in London, in Lyon, in Doha, in Rio. Paralympic record 26.16. Ben Susan the silver, 26.90. Lefeur the bronze, 27.11. Rachmani 4, Sugar 5. Ayan Bargu in sixth place. There's only one Marlou Van Rijn.
We've got women's shot put action coming up, the F35s, and we have a field of 6 here, and including the Paralympic champion in Maria Pomazan from the Ukraine. 13:05 is the best she has ever thrown. It's a world record. She also holds the Paralympic record, which she set in London, but she can throw further. And this women's shot put F35 contains a Brazilian in Maravana Oliveira. There is Wang Jun from China. The best she has thrown, 12:53, would put her in contention for a silver medal here if there was a chink in the armour of Pomazan. This is Chanel Van Zyl from South Africa. Oliveira from Brazil gets a big cheer. The 26-year-old finished 7th in the discus, 8th in the shot put in London. Is a reigning bronze medalist at the World Championships. From Uzbekistan, Akhmat Kanova. And this is the reigning champion, Maria Pomazan from the Ukraine, 27 years of age, only competing in the shot put after she was the silver medalist in the discus in London as well. And this is Anna Luxova from Czech Republic, the youngster of the field, 19 years of age, and recorded a DNS. We've seen a few of those in the 100 meters, but in the shot put has made the starting line. No real international competition results to date through for her in this event. Now this is the men's 200 meters T11 final, and we see two Brazilians here, Felipe Gomez and also Daniel Silva. We have the 200 meter world champion up against the 400 meter world champion in this T11 final. And there is the list, a field of 4 to go. The world record 22:41, Paralympic record equally held by Ananias Chikongo and Lucas Prado. Daniel Silva in lane number 7. Gold in the 4 by 100 meter relay. World champion over 400. Silver in London over the 2. Would be loving performing in front of his home crowd and would love to take gold in this. Felipe Gomez from Brazil involved as well. Personal best of 22.50 would see him well and truly in commission. Gold in the relay, silver in the 100, has 4 Paralympic medals. His 3rd Paralympics, world champion in the 200. Here is Chikongo from Namibia, 30 years of age. Bronze medalist in the 100 here. It's his 2nd Paralympic Games. And this is Fan Zatan, 2nd in the relay. Only took up the sport in 2012. Huang Zihui is his guide. So a field of 4 for this men's 200 meters T11 final. And they're at the start and being called to their marks. Perfect conditions, so still, no breeze at all, low humidity, it's just perfect. And the over-enthusiastic crowd chanting for the 2 Brazilians. But we need some silence around the stadium. And it's been called for on the big screen. So that is Gomez on screen from lane 5. Ready. Brazilians in the outside lanes. Men's 200 T11 final. Away they go. Gomez away very well. Chasing Silva down already. Chikongo out quickly. Fan on the inside with work to do. So on the point of the corner, Gomez takes Silva, who needs to find Chikongo's a danger on the inside. Gomez in front. Chikongo wearing him down. Gomez just in front. Chikongo's got him. Chikongo drives through. Chikongo won it. From Gomez in 2nd. Silva 3rd. Fan 4th. Paralympic record 22:45 at his 2nd Paralympic Games. Bronze in the 100 here. He's gone 2 better and upset the party again in Rio. Brazil, silver and bronze. But he has run a mighty race. Paralympic record of 22:44.
Culmination of a magnificent career for Chikongo, the 3 times African champion. He went out in the semi-finals of everything in London, in the 1, the 2 and the 4. But he's improved a lot since then. He's taken a couple of silver medals at the last 2 World Championships. And now, what could have been a Brazilian domination at the top of affairs. Chikongo has got a big away win here. Gomez did get the silver, and Silva the bronze. Paralympic record 22:44. It's only 300ths outside David Brown's world record. He's beaten the mark that he set in the semi-finals. Great running by Chikongo. He didn't let the fact that he was going to upset a lot of Brazilians in the stadium face him at all. Great guiding from Evan Chichivo as well. They got off very well, and the Brazilians likewise. Gomez in lane 5, Silva on the outside in 7 on the left of your picture. Gomez starting just about the better. Chikongo back in 3rd at this stage, just about. But he fought back very well. His guide looking across and calling to him, saying, move up, move up. You're still in 2nd place. And then he did make the move, and then he got the gold. Good finish that was. Guides are all okay, and Chikongo gets a big gold for Namibia.
They finished 4th in the relay. Chikongo was a part of that. Of course, Nambala, who was 2nd in the 400, was the first leg for them. So we have a look at them head on. And again, the head still keeping his form, chasing down Gomez. And there is a proud man from Namibia.
He's the first Namibian man to win a Paralympic gold medal. Joanna Benson claiming one in 2008. And he just drove clear out of lane 3 in time. Silva out of the running here at his own battle for the bronze. And Gomez pit by Chikongo. History for Namibia. He takes the gold.
Yes, so 0.8 of a second covering the field. 22.44 for Chikongo, 22.52 for Gomez, 23.04 for Silva, and Van Zatan 23.24.
Well, Brazil picked up gold in the 4x1, but it's silver for Gomez. 1 gold, 2 silver for him, and Silva likewise gold in the 4x1. Contents himself with the bronze medal there. Women's discus, F57 victory ceremony. And some regular campaigners on the podium for this. From Algeria, Ireland and Nigeria. A great result for Yukaria Iyasi for Nigeria. Previously a Paralympic double gold medalist in Beijing in this discus and the shot. Also in the Commonwealth Games in 2006. Here she is on the podium again. She just missed the podium in the shot, but actually she'd finished 4th in that. And a bronze medal for her to celebrate. Ola Barry from Ladies Bridge in East Cork. The European champion from Grosseto. Previously a silver and a bronze at World Championships. And on the Rio stage, having picked up a bronze in this discus at London 2012, it's a silver for Ireland and Rio 2016 for Orla Barry. With the added bonus, she gets a silver tom as well. It's good throwing by her, but would have needed an immense lifetime best in order to defeat the champ. It's a 5th straight global gold for Nassima Saifi. She's won the last 3 world titles and now 2 Paralympic Games in a row, and also got silver in the shot here. Saifi with a 33-33 throw, winning margin of around 3 meters. And Nassima Saifi takes the honours. It's been a very successful Games for Algeria so far in the athletics. It normally is for them. 12 medals they've got now. And the national anthem of Algeria. It's not every day you actually get 3 different nations wearing green on the podium. Algeria, Ireland and Nigeria. The 1, 2, 3. Only 9 nations and more medals than Algeria. Ireland now with 2 athletics golds and that silver. Maria Pomazan of Ukraine in this shot put final. It's F35. It's the only result she's in. She's the reigning world champion. Won the last 3 world crowns. The defending champion from London 2012, by far and away the one to beat. It'll be a solid start from her already in this competition. She's never failed to win a global shot put competition that she's actually entered. So the rest know that she's the one to take down. Paralympic record, 12 meters 65. Shall we give her the gold now? Wang Jun for China, unsuccessful in the first attempt. Asian Games champion in the shot. She is the discus champion from Beijing. That's a solid effort. That's a very, very long effort. We've got a competition on now. Wang Jun has chucked that miles. That is immense. That's the world record line she's beaten. 13 meters 91, a new world record for Wang Jun. She's in front. We've a battle on. The final of the men's 100 meters, T12. And this features the reigning world champion from Cuba. There is representation from the world record holders' home country. Even though Muradov is not in this, his compatriot Elmer Jabrailov is. World champion Lena Savon-Peda. He and Tutu and Ulbricht won their semi-finals. It was bronze in the 4x1 for Azerbaijan. Jabrailov didn't start that. He was 5th in the 400. The Europeans in Swansea, bronze in the forward there for him 2 years ago. Javelin in one. The world champion over 100 and 200 meters in Doha last October. From Havana in Cuba, Lenia Savon Pineda. Lane 5, silver in the 200s at the World Championships. That was his fourth major non-gold medal in each of the last 4 major games. Jonathan Ntutu. And a man who is the former Paralympic pentathlon champion back in 2008. Former gold pentathlon in the Worlds in 06. But 10th on the long jump here. Thomas Ulbricht of Germany. Savon Pineda. 10:77 lifetime best. Fastest of the field and the only one of this field to go under 11 seconds this season. Ntutu, a prime candidate also. So Jabrylov in 1, Savon Pineda in 3, Ntutu in 5, Ulbricht in 7. The final of the men's 100 meters, T12. They're away, Ntutu away, Savon Pineda fantastically getting into a stride now for Cuba. He's out in front, it's going to be Savon Pineda to win this, Ntutu coming up in the second place. Savon Pineda takes it 10:97. Ulbricht might just have grabbed third on the line. It was very tight between him and Jabrylov. But Savon Pineda gets the gold for Cuba. .10.97, a firm winning time. And Ntutu, a full 10th back, just unable to keep track. Ulbricht indeed did in the end get the bronze medal for Germany, with Jabrylov in 4th. But the world champion has now been crowned Paralympic champion in Rio. They've got Castillo and Duran, and now Savon Pineda.
Yeah, they're terrific over the short trips, both male and female. And have a look at this. Bit of a dance, bit of a showman. He's loving the attention, Savon Pineda. So 10.97, it's not the quickest we've ever seen, but the Paralympic record 10.75 has been held for a while since Athens. But at this point, I thought, well, he might as well switch off. He's got this one, but to Ntutu's credit from South Africa, he really did make it a race. And it was a little bit too close for comfort in the end for Savon Pineda, but kept his form well, and a strong winner. Gold medal, silver to South Africa, and Ulbricht, who had to really fight his way into the final in spectacular fashion, just grinding down his opponent in that. There he is on the outside. He was always going to be tough to beat for a medal. Zabrayelov has found that from Azerbaijan on the inside. But in the end, it's another sprint gold medal to Cuba.
Magnificent by Savon Pineda, and he knew the margin was comfortable and so smooth as well. Lenia Savon Pineda gets the gold for Cuba, 10.97. Ntutu, the silver for South Africa, 11.09, and Ulbricht the bronze for Germany, 11.39. If you want entertainment, look no further than the long jump. It's been terrific all week. This, the T38, the strongest, least impaired of the cerebral palsy categories.
Yes, and in this long jump competition, it's a good field as well. Dean Boyce, who took 3 medals at the Paralympic Games in London, but frustratingly no gold, is in this field. And we also have Ku Jun Wen, who is the world record holder and world champion, jumping 7 meters 13. Boyce, by the way, is the Paralympic record holder.
So let's take a look at the various members of this field here. Edson Pinheiro for Brazil, bronze in the 100 meters, silver in Doha in the 100. For France, Moussa Tambou, silver in the shot in Lyon in 2013. Mohamed Chida of Tunisia finished 7th in the 100 meters here. Twice 400 meters Paralympic champion. Took the long jump as well in Beijing. 4 Paralympic golds to his name. For China, this is Xiong Jianghu, 6th in the 100 meters, his first major championship. Dennis Rill of Germany, of Wattenscheid, based in Bochum, that's his major championship debut. Who, the 100 meters champion in Rio, the world champion too in this long jump, and also the 100 and the 200 too.
Another 100-meter final, T42s this time. We have a terrific lineup, lanes 2 through to 9 being utilised here. The main hopes look to be in lanes 4, 5, 6 and 7. The world record holder, Heinrich Popov, is here. The Paralympic record holder is here in the green and gold in Scott Reardon. Ran Paralympic record in the heat. Heat as far as the weather is concerned and also as the race was concerned. As we have a look at the field, Atsushi Yamamoto, bronze in the 4x100 meter relay here. And also the world champion in the long jump, has 1 Paralympic medal, long jump in Beijing 2008. Next to him is Abarana Gadara from Sri Lanka. 3rd in the 100 and 200 meters in the Asian Championships, works in the Sri Lankan Army away from the track. This is Scott Reardon, 2nd in London in the 100 meters, which is a sore point. He's the world champion in the 100 last 2 occasions with times of 12:68 and 12:13. Also a world title winning water skier from Temora in New South Wales, Richard Whitehead. Real opposition here, gold medalist in the 200 in London and here in Rio, world champion in the 200 meters 2013 and 2015. Daniel Wagner, 5th in the 200 here, has 1 Paralympic medal, a bronze in the long jump in London, and is the reigning bronze at the World Championships over the 100 meters. This is Heinrich Popov, gold medalist for Germany in the 4x100 relay, defending Paralympic 100 meter champion. This is Yodapedegi from Sri Lanka again. 12:85 is qualifying time. Will have to run better than that to medal. Asian champion in the 200 nevertheless. And here is Ntando Malangu from South Africa, 14 years of age. A star of the future, but runner-up in the 200 meters here in Rio. So it's a tremendous field. Reardon the favourite, just ahead of Whitehead. Wagner and Popov dangers as well. But it's a serious race. We have the double world champion in the 100 up against the triple world champion in the 200, along with dual Paralympic gold medalist in Richard Whitehead and the defending Paralympic gold medalist in Heinrich Popov. So they get set. Here is the 14-year-old on the near side in Malangu, ready for the 100, T42. Set to go and away. Reardon out better tonight. On the outside, Yodapedigi's giving him a race in the early stages. Wagner's coming through. Reardon drives away, and it's redemption for Reardon in the 100. He just holds Whitehead and Wagner. He's done it. And after a real drought for Australia on the track, that's their 2nd gold in track and field, their 1st on the track here in Rio. A Paralympic record in his heat, and he's been able to better that here. 12:26. 12:26 is the time, and relief, if anything, for Scott Reardon. What about Whitehead charging home? The world champion in the 200 really steaming through. It is a photo finish for the silver medal place with Daniel Wagner. But the green and gold salute finally. Scott Reardon, the man from Temora in New South Wales, the double world champion in 100 metres, has saluted in Rio.
Well, there was that famous dead heat in Lyon in the World Championships in 2013 with Heinrich Popov. Still no conclusion of the photo finish. We'll try and clear it up for you. Great start by Yoda Pedegui, but he just fell back. The force today coming from Scott Reardon, the double world champion, the Paralympic champion. Popov back in third place, and I think Wagner got that for Denmark ahead of the fast coming, fast finishing Whitehead, as he always does.
That's
Whitehead
so close.
is coming up, by the way, in our system in second, but Wagner's time is not up yet. That could be a dead heat. Reardon taking it, though, brilliantly. And enough daylight between him and the rest. Wagner on the near side, Whitehead on the far, and Whitehead coming good, coming late. It's a dead heat between Wagner and Whitehead. A shared silver, just in the same way as Reardon had that famous dead heat with Popov in Lyon. But Popov slightly off the pace here in fourth. Popov having missed through injury the World Championships in Doha. But Scotty Reardon, top of the pile in Rio, just as his other half, Vanessa Lowe, was in the long jump.
So 12.26, a Paralympic record for the 26-year-old, equaling that Paralympic record. 12.32 for Whitehead, equally obviously, with Wagner being a plumb dead heat. Interestingly, Whitehead's body just turning slightly to the left, right on the line. Popov in fourth place, 12.46. And now some marks coming through. What about this 14-year-old? Runner-up in the 200. He's finished fifth. He's run 12.57, a regional best mark in the T42 classification. Isn't he going to be a star? So the first four have gone through, and there is the 14-year-old on the outside, not beaten that far. And then it was Yoda Pedegui who began so quickly for Sri Lanka, 12.81. Yamamoto for Japan, 12.84. And Abharana Gadara from Sri Lanka. So it was a terrific race. Great finish, but Scott Reardon has got the gold back.
What a magnificent race that was. Maria Pomazan, what a magnificent battle this is now. Well, the champion in a spot of bother in the women's shot put. That magnificent 12.65 Paralympic record in the opening round, and then a world record from the Asian Games champion, Wang Jun, 13.91 with her second throw. Watching Pomazan now. Wow, she's gone beyond her world record mark as well. Game on. I don't think it's as far as Wang's new world record, but Pomazan has thrown maybe half a meter beyond the world record that stood up until a couple of minutes ago. It was an awesome throw from the Ukrainian. $13.59. She breaks her, what's now a European record, by half a meter. Oliveira of Brazil. And look at that mark, 8.84. Lying in third place by this time. The top two are miles ahead of the rest. Two great battles going on here. One for gold, one for bronze. That's beyond 9 meters by Oliveira. That might be close to a lifetime best of 9.17. Well, it's gone beyond 9 meters, so you don't need me to tell you that it is close to a lifetime best. Good throwing out by the 26-year-old. Lives here in Rio. Might be another home medal. That is a lifetime best. 9 meters 28. It's actually a new national and continental record.
Now the long jump, and we see Mohamed Chida here from Tunisia with a field here of 9, and this is his first attempt for the 34-year-old. And down the runway he heads, and that will sit somewhere around his personal best already. So this is a good start for his long jump campaign. We'll get a score shortly. It is legal. And it comes through at 6 meters 38. 6 meters 38 for Mohamed Chida of Tunisia. That's a personal best, so it's a good start. Dennis Rill from Germany is next on the runway. And this is the scene from the shot put, so plenty happening. We've also got some further track action in a few moments' time. The relays aren't that far away. But back to Van Zyl in the shot put. So far, her best in the second round, 8 meters 49, which had her in 4th position. The benchmark so far, 13 meters 91 from Wang Jun in the second round. And that's not going to get over anywhere near where she needs to be, the 32-year-old. She can throw over 9 meters, but that won't be the case here. So that was her 5th attempt at 7 meters 66, 7 meters 66. So some fatigue sitting in there. They're decreasing all the time. 8:49 is her best mark to date with 1 round to go. That means Van Zyl sits in 4th position. So here is Oliveira, the 26-year-old. And at this stage, she has thrown her best of 9:28. It's also a record for this region, the local.
Well, Oliveira, she's in with a good chance of a medal here. She's already got that new South African record of 9:28. Gets a good chuck going here. It's getting around the 9-meter mark. This is round 5 now. Wang leading, 13.91. Pomazan in second, 13.59. And Oliveira with that 9.28. She's in plumb contention for the bronze here. She's around 80 centimeters clear of that. 8 meters 92. One more throw to go. But the bronze medal is looking good for Brazil here. But what about the battle for gold? Now, fouls in round 4 for both Wang Jun and Pomazan. Pomazan followed up a 13.59 with a 13.55. That a new European record. Would have been a world record, but for the Chinese. Second longest throw in history in this competition. So, Pomazan has to do something else remarkable. Has to go well beyond that world record line. And it drops actually shy of that. And breaks the circle. It's a red flag. Didn't like it, nullified it. That was around the old Paralympic record mark of 12.22. The new world record is well beyond 1.5 meters beyond that from Wang. Pomazan has thrown 1.40 meters almost beyond. But Wang is in pole position. That 13.91 followed up by a 13.77. It's absolutely bombarding. She's had 2 no throws as well. Her penultimate attempt. And again, that's gone beyond the world record line, but probably not as far as her previous efforts. It's probably not even beyond the 13.59 that's Pomazan's best at the moment. So the top 3, all with continental records, and that world record to boot for Wang, Paralympic record as well. 13 meters 33. Wang, our runaway leader. Pomazan has to find something incredible for the final round. And the final round is coming now, and it's Dila Fruzkon Akhmatniknova of Uzbekistan. She's from the city of Fergana, 5th in the shot put in Qatar. Doha, the World Championships. And that's just shy of the 9-meter mark. It's only actually had one mark registered, 7.87 in the fourth round, and that's a foul as well. Little look at the judges, wasn't me, Gov. Sorry, red flag. Well, we've had a few of the Australian team actually up around our commentary area in the past few minutes celebrating this man's gold medal.
Yes, it is. Scott Reardon winning 12.26, a Paralympic record. It's been a bit of a frustrating run for the Australians. We've had McCracken, O'Hanlon, of course, with silver medals, even Isis Holt in the 100 metres medals. They were expecting to win, but they were expecting some gold to come through. And that is now Australia's second gold, and lifts their position because they were 25th on the medal tally leading into this session, so they will step up a couple of places. As we move back to the women's 200 metres T47 category here, and this is round one, and we have a field of lanes 3 down to 8, but we've only got 5 because we have a do not start, the Brazilian not going.
Yeah, Teresa de Jesus Correa of Brazil is missing, so we've got Alicia Fyodorov of Poland, the reigning European champion over 100 and 200 from Grosseto, gold in the 4 in Swansea in 2014 and previously in the World Championships in 06 from Assen, lane 7. Silver in the 400 here, Aruna Liebenberg from South Africa, the reigning 400 metres world champion, and some silver in the 4, bronze in the 2 for her in London. Lane 6 from Ethiopia, semi-finalist in the 400 here earlier in the week, was Yengiz Azanol of Ethiopia. It's the first 3 to go through to the final. Jenny Vargas also in here, 7th in the 400 metres, and Sai Tsuji of Japan, bronze in the 400. Top 3 and the next 2 fastest. Tsuji in 3, Vargas 4, Azanov 6, Liebenberg 7, Fyodorov in 8. And the top 3 to go through. Well, they're away. It's a good start by Tsuji, actually, in 3. She's overtaken Jenny Vargas already, and also going well on the outside, Alicia Fyodorov of Poland, already with that silver medal in the 100 metres here, behind Deja Young. Liebenberg going very well also out of lane 7, but it's Fyodorov of Poland who's going to take the victory here. Liebenberg will be second, and Tsuji bringing it up in 3rd place, and 25.86 will do very nicely indeed. Fyodorov, Liebenberg and Tsuji, they the 1, 2, 3 with the Brazilian interest next in this in the end. 25.85, very close to a season's best for Fyodorov. Good margin once she got going. And they both won silver medals, the top 2 in this race, Fyodorov in the 1 and Liebenberg in the 4, and they meet in the halfway house of the 200 metres. Got away very well, and just look at the start out of lane 3 by the eventual 3rd placer, Sai Tsuji, the bronze medalist in the 400 metres. Overtook Jenny Vargas very, very quickly indeed, but Fyodorov by this stage well clear for Poland by the final bend and into the closing straight. No fear at all of her. Azanol will have to wait in 4th place, but just look at that winning margin in the end, Fyodorov over Liebenberg.
Yes, the weaker of the 2 heats. We have a very strong second heat coming up, but Fyodorov can only post the best time possible, has a good stare down the big screen, sees what she's done and looks pretty satisfied. We've still got Castillo and also Young and Lee Lu to come in that second heat. Now let's see what Maravana Oliveira can do here. 6th round in the shot put. Wang is leading at the moment ahead of Pomazan. Oliveira finds herself in 3rd place with a throw of 9.28. Can she better that? It's up there somewhere. 9:28, remember, is the mark she needs to get over to try and improve. It's a big mountain to climb, though, because she's some 4.30 meters off the silver medalist in Pomazan, or at least the silver medal position. She waits anxiously. It's 9.20 meters, but she remains in the bronze medal place and will take the bronze in front of her home crowd here.
It's a great result for the Pan Am champion, and it really is her home crowd. She's a Rio girl, and she's a Rio medalist.
Up close and personal with the apparatus, as we've got Maria Pomazan and Wang to go. Here's Pomazan. A couple of fouls thrown in for good measure, trying to throw everything into it. At this stage, her best is 13.59 from the second round, but she needs to throw 13.91 to take the gold. It's a world record in the hands of Wang. Pomazan's going to have to go better. So again, another high-quality field event here at the Olympic Stadium. This is the last attempt for the Ukrainian. They've had a pretty good games all in all, the Ukraine. They've sat 7th on the medal tally leading in. That's in track and field with 4 gold, 4 silver and 5 bronze leading into this session. What can she do? 13.91 to beat. That's the world mark. It's out there. It's out there. But is it going to be enough? It's over the 13 meters, but is it enough to challenge for a gold medal? It's not going to be 13.11, so 13.59 is her best, so that's a silver medal to the Ukraine. And now Wang Jun from China, 26 years of age, 13.91 is already in the bag. So from here, she knows she's the gold medalist. She just needs to go back, and this is really a bonus throw for her. One to make a good thing of it. And on its way, it isn't bad, you know. She really found her range tonight. 13.69, so not quite the world record, but it doesn't matter. She's done the double, the gold medal and the world record, and she has taken gold in the shot put, the Asian champion leading into this. She was the discus throwing champion in Beijing, so her second Paralympic gold, and another one to China leading into this session. They had 18 gold and a total of 42 medals. So the result for the first heat of the women's 200 meters, it was Poland, South Africa, Japan. Disqualification there, as Azanor from Ethiopia was disqualified. This is the second heat, where we see the 29-year-old silver medalist in the long jump in Unitas Castillo from Cuba. And down the board we see Li Lu from China, the gold medalist in the 400 meters. There she is. So it's another of these Chinese athletes that have really come from the clouds. They've been a pleasure to see. We haven't had a great form guide into them, but they've been so impressive. Deja Young, 20 years of age, gold in the 100, and world champion in the 100 meters, second in this event in Doha at the Worlds. And that is Anna Grimaldi from New Zealand, closest to the camera. 19 years of age, a personal best of 26.73, but she's found herself in a hot heat. We've got the defending champion in the 200, versus the 100-metre gold medalist versus the gold medalist in the 400. It looks as though we have another DNS. We've had plenty of them. Castillo's not going here. So that is a big withdrawal. So it's Young and Li Lu are going to be the two who will be competing here, you would suggest. Ready to go. And away they go. Li Lu out far. Look at Young. Oh, brilliant start from Young. And moves up immediately to Li Lu and runs straight by her. Grimaldi on the outside is fighting hard. And they were followed by Lanza from France. But racing away, Deja Young. Now her PB is 25.08. 24.45 is the Paralympic record. And it's all Young racing clear to win it. Now second, it'll be Lanza from France ahead of Grimaldi. And Li Lu has got the stitch late and finished in 4th place. So a big win by Deja Young. The time of 25.58 in this T47 classification. Deja Young has got through, and what about the speed in the first, I'd say 75 metres. It was a cooking pace and has just steamed past them and left them in her wake.
Yeah, very, very impressive again by Deja Young, the 100 metres champion. It's again the halfway house between 100 and 400. Li Lu finding it a bit hot this time in 4th place. Young excellent in 25.58. Very good Lanza in 2nd. And the long jump Paralympic champion based in Dunedin for New Zealand, Anna Grimaldi, also going through in 3rd place. But Young, a great discovery. Now, it was silver for her in the 200 metres in the World Championships last year behind Unides Castillo. Obviously, that 100 metres injury has done her out. She's finished 8th in the 100 final, gone from the 2, scupped from the 4, opens the door for Grimaldi as well.
And not that surprising about Angelina Lanza either, because she did finish 5th in a 100-metre final at the World Championship, so she is blessed with some speed. This is the silver medalist from the Ukraine.
Yeah, Pomazan finally overturned, and Wang, it needed a world record to do it, but what a world record, extended it by a close on a metre. We've had a world record in every single classification so far, but perhaps the most emotional medal in bronze, Maravana Oliveira, who is from Rio de Janeiro, and here she is in her home city, and at the age of 26, it's Paralympic bronze.
So we have a stack of victory ceremonies to come. The women's 5,000, the women's 200, the men's 200 T11, the men's 100 T12, men's 100 T42, and that'll be split up by the men's 800 metres final in T53 category. Confirming the result of the women's shot put F35s, it's Wang, the world record holder now. Pomazan in 2nd, and Oliveira, some emotional scenes, getting the bronze medal here on a Thursday night in Rio. And this is Deja Young, 25.58 her time, an impressive win from Lanza. Now Li Lu will qualify. We've had a disqualification. Anna Grimaldi has been disqualified. So Li Lu will go through automatically. So a bit of a break there for the 400-metre gold medalist. Wala Palaya from Sri Lanka goes through as well. And out of the first heat, we had a disqualification with Azanor from Ethiopia and now Grimaldi from New Zealand. So that's the way the final shapes up. Cherna gets in from Chile and Suji from Japan gets in as well.
Victory ceremony for the women's 200 metres, T44. And some great athletes coming up on the podium here. Marie-Amélie Lefebvre, gold in the 4 and in the long jump, as was the case at the last World Championships last year, and she also picked up silver in the 1 and the 2, but this time it will be a bronze for the great Marie-Amélie Lefebvre. Picked up silver in the 200 of the last Paralympics as well. It's her 6th all-time medal. Gold in the 400 meters in a world record, and gold in the long jump as well. And her 3rd medal is a bronze. The European 100 and 200 meters champion is now tilting with greats. Silver in the 4 and now silver in the 200 meters for Germany. Formerly a hurdler on the IAAF circuit for South Africa, but a Paralympian for Germany. And a very good one at that. Coming through in 26.90 seconds. Lefebvre was 27.11, but a gap of 3/4 of a second between Ben-Suzanne, an excellent athlete in her own right, and our terrific champion. So bronze for France, silver for Germany. The great, the one and only, the marvelous Malou Van Rijn successfully defends a Paralympic title so famously and gloriously claimed at London 2012. Since then, 2 World Championship doubles over 1 and 2. Did the same at the European level in Swansea. Didn't do it at this year's Europeans because the Dutch team didn't travel. They concentrated on this. Shrewd move. It's the only way right now. She's not going to win gold medals. Paralympic record, 26.16, shaving 200ths of a second off the mark, held by Malou Van Rijn. Who else? For Van Rijn again, Dutch gold. A great and popular winner. And the Orange hordes are out as usual. It'll be a shorter trip for them for the World Championships next year in London. They'll probably bring a few friends as well. Van Rijn the gold, Ben-Suzanne the silver, and Lefebvre the bronze. And Van Rijn and Lefebvre jousting again, and Van Rijn on the top step once more. A terrific performance yet again. She's a blade winner.
Back to the long jump. This on screen is Hu Jianwen, world record holder at 7:13. First jump was 6:64, fouled at his second attempt. Prepares for the runway. Tries to get as much energy out of those arms as he possibly can. So 6:18 is his season's best, which he has well and truly eclipsed here at the Paralympics. And 6:64, his first attempt. Just having a little chat to himself. He knows he can jump better, but it's a Paralympic record. Nevertheless, that first attempt of 6:64, he went on to foul in his second attempt. Here's Boyce from South Africa. 6:27, his first attempt. So Hugh in first place. Hugh Jianwen after that first jump you just saw of 6:64. Boyce's first 6:27. Looking to consolidate his position in the bronze medal spot, with Zhong Huanghao from China currently in the silver medal position. Early days though. This is the third place at the moment, Boyce, and that will be better than 6:27, no doubt about it. What will it be? It's 6 meters 50, 6:50. So that puts some pressure now on Zhong in the silver medal place, because he has leapt 6:34 in his first attempt and 6:55 in his second. So quite tight for silver medals at the moment. And Hugh, even though he set the Paralympic record.
Well, here is Zhong, 6:34 in the opening round for China. 6th in the 100 meters. He's 18 years old. It's his first major championship. Does that mean he's going to win the gold? We've seen a lot of that so far for China in these championships. He's gone out a good distance here. Hu leading 6:64. Zhong in 5th place going into this second round. Lifetime best of 6:37. Looks around that range, if not better. He's satisfied. Might be even more so now. He goes into the medal, second place, 6 meters 55. And Hu with that 6:64. So China 1 and 2, and we saw Boyce a few moments ago with that 6 meters 50. 4th in the 100 meters here. Bronze in the long jump at London 2012, and silver last year in Doha at the World Championships.
Now, next up, it's the men's 100 meters T12 victory ceremony, and a win for Cuba. And a great silver medalist here as well in Jonathan Ntutu, who ran a season's best. Seven Pineda, 10:97 was his time, 22 100ths off the Paralympic record. The gold medalist, Savon Pineda, finished 8th in the long jump. He's still got the 200 to go. But the world champion in the 100 meters, and also the 200 and Parapan champion as well. Professor Hans-Georg Nader is officiating at this ceremony. And Ms. Rita Van Draal is also assisting at the podium. Thomas Ulbrich, the 31-year-old, the bronze medalist, didn't perform as well as he would have liked in the long jump. He has taken his second Paralympic medal after being a silver medalist in Beijing in the pentathlon. '13 Athlete of the Year by the German Association for the Visually Impaired. 2 Paralympic medals now. Jonathan Ntutu, the 30-year-old, still has the 200 to come. Finished the 100 metres off really well. And he is full of energy. Second Paralympic medal after a bronze medal in this event in London. Made his debut for South Africa in Athens. He's worked ever so hard, and the silver medal now in his grasp. And not forgetting the silver top Tom. And it's the flashy sprinter from Cuba, Savon Pineda. Haven't they got some stars in the 100 and 200 metre categories? This is the world champion in the 100 and 200 metres, and also Parapan champion. Paralympic Sportsman of the Year last year by the Cuban Sports Institute and Journalists Association. But more importantly, Paralympic gold medalist, 27 years of age. So gold to Cuba, silver South Africa, bronze Germany, and now the national anthem of Cuba. So a talented bunch, and good to see the contingent of Cuban fans as well. Now the long jump is getting interesting over on the back straight side of the stadium.
For Brazil, Edson Pinheiro, the World Championships. He's been a silver medalist in the 100 meters. 4:38 in the opening round. He is 8th of the 9 at the moment. And whoever is in 9th place doesn't get those final 3 attempts, but everyone else will. Lifetime best of 5:22. Would only push him up a place if he were to match that. Yeah, under 5 meters again, surely. 4:89 is best. That was 4:78. And he stays in 8th place. We're into round 4 now in this. Hu leading, 6:64, Paralympic record. Zhong second for China, 6:55. And Boyce for South Africa with that 6:50 in the second round, an African record, 6 meters 50. Senik of Ukraine, 6:39, European record. As we see Dennis Rill for Germany. Born in Bochum. It's a nice place on a Saturday night. 5:03 in the second round. It's with the Wattenscheid club, and they've, along with Bayer Leverkusen, contributed a lot here, and he completely missed the board there. Just leapt over it. Well, they'll measure it. It definitely wasn't a foul. He didn't go anywhere near the plasticine. But maybe would prefer if they had red flagged that. Just got the takeoff foot in the wrong place. This is the final for T38. It's still 472. It's still 472. If he'd actually got the board, it would have been maybe around 520, 530. His lifetime best is 551. It's Tambadou of France here. This is T38, by the way. This is the 30s coordination impairment, so this is the least impaired of the standing events. Tambadou, 542 is best so far. Fourth in the long jump at the World Championship final in Doha. Silver in the shot in the previous one in Lyon. Don't fancy he's improved that by a huge amount. 564 he's hit this season. On his day, he's almost a 6-meter man. 598. .555 is his best of the day, but he stays in 6th place. The final of the men's 800 meters T53, the second strongest category of wheelchair racing. World record held by the former world champion who's had a busy week. This is his 4th final. Josh George. A race which features 3 men who have been world champions in their career. Former Paralympic champion as well, reigning Asian Games champion. Gold already in the 100 meters here, and silver in the 4 for the 3 times world champion from Doha last year, Brent Lakatos of Canada. In lane 7 for Korea. Silver in the 100 meters in the Asian Games. He went out in the semis of the 1 and the 4 here. Young Dong-ho of Korea, the reigning Asian Games champion. And the Paralympic Games champion in this in 2008. In London, he won gold in the 200 and the 400. It's Li Hujiao of China. The man has been winning major championship medals since 2000. Gold in the 200 in Sydney, and gold in the 2 and the 8 in the Swansea Europeans in 2014. That was Pierre Fairbank of France. Gold in the 400 here, and silver in the 1 for Paya Pongsakorn of Thailand. 5th in the 5, 7th in the 4, 13th in the 1500 meters. It's the reigning marathon world champion and the world champion over 8 from 2013, Josh George of the United States. From Kuwait, gold in the 400 meters in Athens, Hamad Al-Adwani of Kuwait. From the United States, 4th in the 4 and the 8 in the World Championships out of Brooklyn, Brian Seaman of the United States. 5th in the 4 and 7th in the 1 here. George, the former world champion. Pio, the 400 champion. Lakatos, the 100 champion. Meet in the final of the 800 meters. Seaman in 1, Al-Adwani 2, George 3, Pio 4, Fairbank 5, Lee 6, Young 7, and Lakatos in lane 8, who shot out way in front. Good work from Fairbank in the light blue of France. Skips in front of Lee. Lakatos hits the front. The man who finally won a Paralympic gold in the 100 meters. But silver in the 4 behind Pio. And he'll be looking to make a good move as well. Little shift on the inside from Fairbank. Lakatos alongside in 2nd place. Good work from Simon of the United States. Shooting out on the outside. And the Thai tucked in at the moment. Here we go. The Thai going firmly out on the outside. There's the bell. Fairbank going out in front. Lakatos fighting hard for Canada as well. Seaman stuck on the inside. Little bit of work coming also from Pio. Now he's moved up on the outside, and also for China, it's Lee. It looks as if it's going to be very, very tight. It couldn't be anything else than that. Paya going on the outside. Lagado stuck in the inside. Right behind Fairbank of France. As they hit the bend, the former European and world champion, Pierre Fairbank, is going to have to fend them off from all sides. He might just do it. Paya's coming on the outside, and he's going to take it. He's got it again. Fairbank in second place. I'm not sure Lagados even took third in the end, but Paya Bongsatorn of Thailand. That's the 400-800 double for Thailand. The 19-year-old, 140.78. Fairbank in control for a lot of that, but it's a silver medal for the Frenchman. He was looking for his first Paralympic gold since 2000, and Lakatos did take the bronze. He just squeaked it. 141.09. Seaman 200ths behind in fourth place, but Fairbank looked for a long time as if he was doing everything right, and then Paya Bongsatorn, who must have got out into lane 4, had other ideas for Thailand. Here he comes. Fairbank just missing out in the end. Paya gets it, and Lakatos on the outside did take third narrowly from Seaman in 4 and George 5.
Well, there's no doubt about them. The team from Thailand, they just know when to come into the race at the right time. And that was perfect from Paya. They have the strength as well, to their credit, but the 19-year-old has shown so much maturity there and has outthinked them, with Fairbank also getting tired, had to do plenty of the heavy lifting. But it was a terrific win by Paya, and hasn't he had a tournament, winning the 400, silver medal in the 100, and now the gold medalist in the 800, and that's still with a relay to come, the 4x400.
And Paya has 2 golds and a silver now. Lakados the complete set, a gold, silver and a bronze for Canada. And Fairbank, well, he was almost in the same position as Marcel Hu, going out in the front and almost able to smell the gold medal. He won the 200 meters at Sydney 2000, but no Paralympic gold since. And look at Paya go, the teen sensation from Thailand, rockets out in front, and they have another gold medal. It's been a great Games for Thailand, just as it was in the World Championships last year. And Paya strikes again. That is gold number 4 for Thailand here. It's his second. And in the last 2 Global Games, magnificent. And look at the reaction of Fairbank. Furious that the golds evaded him. Paya takes it, 140.78. Fairbank the silver for France, 140.97. Lakados by 200ths takes the bronze to Canada from Seaman.
Now the long jump, the men's long jump, T38 final. And here is Boyce again from South Africa. Now, 650 was his best attempt in round number 2. And then he followed that up with a 636. He currently sits in 3rd position. And that looks pretty good. That could rival the 6 meters 50. In the lead at the moment is Hu from China, Zhong from China in 2nd place. And to get towards the silver medal, he has to leap over 655. He's up there. Might not be 655, but it's going to be pretty good. He'll at least hold on to 3rd with 2 more rounds to follow. And that leap, 651. 651 for the man with a couple of Paralympic records, or Paralympic medals with a Paralympic record. And here is Zhong Huanghui from China, 18 years of age. So far, his best leap, 655. Can he put pressure on his countryman, who has gone 664? It's not bad. It's not bad at all. 664 is the benchmark. That's what he's chasing. So far, 6th in the men's 100 meters, but another unknown quantity, really, from China. And one of the youngest in the team at 18. And this is his 4th round jump at 659. 659, that is a personal best in his T38 classification. and not that far off the leader, Hugh Jun Wen. So there is Hugh in the background. He has leaped 6.64 and is about to head down the runway at his 4th attempt. So a good crowd over on the far side, having a good close watch of the long jump competition. And here is Tambadou from France. And this will be his 5th attempt. I can tell you that our leader, Hugh, went 5.17, so that's a jump he'd care to forget about. 6.64 is his lead mark, but 5 centimetres away is Zhong, so he has to be careful. This is Tambadou from France, 24 years of age. 5.55 has been his best leap, but he's fouled there in the 5th round. So he won't be too happy with that. That is 2 out of his 5 jumps over there on the far side being fouls. It's brought about the red flag. Moussa Tambadou. And listening very carefully to what he has to do next. Obviously giving some feedback as we move on to Nikita Shenik of the Ukraine, 26 years of age. Now 6.39 was his best. He hasn't been able to go near that since. 5th round, he sits in 5th place. Now to get up towards the medals, he would need to leap about 45 centimetres more. But his personal best is 6.22. So he's already been able to jump a season's best here and a personal best, so he can only improve, but hoping for a top 5 result. Shenik from the Ukraine. And that's okay. That's going to rival what he's done so far. Long jump's the only event he's competing in. All the way back 8 years ago, he was a bronze medalist in the sprint trips, the 100 metres and also the 200. He competed in the sprint trips in London, but has concentrated here on the long jump in Rio. And that's 6.31. So that's his 2nd best leap of the competition tonight.
He's also been a world champion in the relay, the 4x1 in Christchurch in 2011. Cheetah, the 400 metres champion. In the last 2 Paralympic Games, and he was the long jump champion as well in Beijing. He's won 4 Paralympic gold medals in a storied career, and also 400 metres world champion in 2011. 6.42 is best so far. That coming in the 2nd round, that 4.48, bit of a misfire from his previous attempt. It's been a really good game for Tunisia, and in general for the North African countries alongside Algeria and Morocco. Cheetah has been here before. Really needs to pull out something massive, though. In terms of his career, he's never in his career gone beyond 6.40, and that's what he's going to have to do to get into the medals now. Cheetah launching out well. That 6.42 is lifetime best. The only time in his career he's managed to do that. It's around the same mark. 6.37, he stays in 4th place, and he is 9 centimetres outside the medals. And speaking of medals, lots of yellow and green as usual around the stadium. Might almost feel like home for our next gold medal recipient. And you might think they're walking out in the wrong order, and that the man in red has got the gold, but we've got 2 silver medalists in this, thanks to a dead heat.
I'm glad you cleared that up, because I was a little bit confused there for a minute. We do have a gold medalist in the green and gold, the first on the track. And this was a terrific race. Scott Reardon, 26 years of age, double world champion in this discipline, but was the runner-up in London. Professor Hans Georg Nader is with us again. Well, they'll be very happy in Temora, which is in southern New South Wales. It'd be about a 5-hour drive from Sydney. It's Rita Van Drale also with us. Resides in Canberra and does all of his training, Scott, the nation's capital. But concentrating first of all on our equal silver medalists, Daniel Wagner and Richard Whitehead. The judge couldn't separate them, both on a time of 12:32. 6/100ths of a second off the winner. Daniel Wagner from Denmark came in with strong credentials, and so too this man, Richard Whitehead, gold medalist in the 200, both in London and Rio, and the world champion in the 200, and that was in 2013 and 2015, and certainly performed like that. The last 20 meters was the quickest of anybody in the race, and Daniel Wagner, this is his second Paralympic medal, the reigning bronze medalist in the World Championships in the 100 meters. So, great finish. And the judge couldn't separate them. 2 silver medalists. Well, it's been a real drought for the Australians. Many have tried here in Rio and haven't conquered, but this man has. Scott Reardon ran a Paralympic record in his heat and ran exactly the same time in the final. Runner-up in London, one better here. So the double world champion in the 100 meters from Lyon initially and then in Doha. He's also a world title winning water skier, and they'll be delighted in Temora in New South Wales. Scott Reardon, the gold medalist from Australia. And now it's time for Advance Australia Fair.
Somewhat unique makeup. They'll pop Scott in the middle for the traditional photos. Daniel Wagner Jorgensen sharing the silver medal with Richard Whitehead. No bronze in this. And Scotty Reardon gets the gold for Australia. What is it with dead heats in this category, in this competition? What is it with the long jump that's given us so much entertainment this week? Our leader is Hu Jianwen, the 100 meters champion, who took gold in the 1, the 2 and the long jump in Doha, the World Championships last year. 64 is best. He leads by 5 centimeters. Can he crank it out even further? Hits another one around 6.5 meters. It's the Paralympic record he's broken of Dion Boyce from 4 years ago. Clamoured out there. Again, it's around that 660 mark. Has he improved? Well, the shake of the head suggests no. He's right, you know. 6:59. Still impressive. Would have been good enough. It's what Song has produced. We go into the final round. 8th place, Edson Pinheiro for Brazil. 4:89 is best of the day. It's his first championship long jump, actually. First time he's qualified 41 bronze in 100 meters. Heads out. This is T38. It's coordination impairment. Salutes the masked banks of that east stand here at the Engenhão. That's where they've been enjoying the long jumping all week. We've seen some famed victories. We've seen some world records. 4:52 to round off. And Edson Pinheiro wraps up in 8th place. I don't think there'll be much movement outside the top 5. Dennis Rill 5:03 at the moment. His lifetime best 5:51 wouldn't be good enough for 6th. There's always a way to change that. 18 years old. Managed to get through to his first major championship and certainly will be enjoying the circumstances. It's launched out again around the 5-meter mark, but without getting there. Well, he gave it a good whirl. There's only one mark beyond 5 meters. That's actually 4:33. And Dennis Rill will stay in 7th position. T52 France. Silver in the shot in Lyon 3 years ago. But 4th in the long jump at the World Championships in Doha. Rill, by the way, the 100 meters world junior champion and the junior long jump champion. He's only 18. He's got a long way left in his career. T52, I'm afraid, has run right through that. Celebrated his birthday, actually, during the games. Turned 24. Coordination not quite there. But there's a big battle above the 3 men we've just seen, and only 25 centimeters separating 1st from 5th. They all have got a chance of getting into the medals and getting the gold. European record for Mikita Senik, 6:39. That was in round 2. Improved his lifetime best by 17 centimeters. So what can he pull off here? Needs something awesome. Oh, it's beyond 6 meters by Senik. Another 12 centimeters and he's in the medals. Used the board well, good run up. Is that dramatic enough an improvement to his European record to pull it off? Is it an improvement at all? Body language will say no. So do the figures. 6:37, and Senik will finish in 5th place. Cheetah, the former 4-time Paralympic champion. .642 his lifetime best. Long jump champion in 2008. Needs to find another 10 centimeters to get into the bronze medal spot. A further 18 to go second. Can he improve on his lifetime best? 3 times he's gone past that old mark tonight. 6:42 he's on. Can he get beyond 6.5? Cheetah's on the way. He's got out a good distance. He's half satisfied. It's a white flag. What competition we've seen tonight, and there's not much between them. Cheetah 6:42. He needs 6.5, and he's got 6.5, and he's missed out by a centimeter. We were too literal.
Well, there's plenty of activity on the track at the moment, because we have the 4x400 meter relay. 4 teams, Australia, United States of America, China and Turkey doing battle here. So we've got 16 athletes out there at the moment, all getting into position. There's been a lot of toing and froing going on, but they're all settled into their positions now. Let's have a look at this field. Starting off with out wide, we have Turkey, Hamid Kurt, Zeynep Acet, along with Zubaydi Serpa-Getchi and also Nursa Usta. 4:54.8 is what they've clocked together this season. That would have to improve for a medal. China, world record holders. They set it in their own country last year. 3:40.66 there, the benchmark. Li, Liu, Zhu and Zhu. We've got the gold medalist in the 400 meters, the T53 involved here in Zhu. Now the United States, we've got Hannah McFadden starting off. Tatiana McFadden will finish it. Hannah, 20 years of age, 4th in the 100 T54s, Pan American champion 400 meters last year in Australia. We've got Ballard, Di Rosario, Moore and Dawes. So we have Di Rosario and also Tatiana McFadden backing up from the 5,000 meters earlier in the session. And the world record holders in lane number 5, China, always hard to beat. Haven't they had a tournament? So they're ready. No, we've got a false start. A false start. Now, I've got a slight suspicion it might have been Li Yingji from China who nudged forward. I notice our camera crew have focused on the athlete from China. Did she infringe, or was there an issue?
It's going to be a green card, I think. You're really testing me here. I'm not sure if you can false start in a race this long. It's too long to get an advantage, so I think it'll just be a green card.
Now the official going over. He's got a green card in his hand, so he's going to make this official and wave it in front of the athletes. So they're called to their marks again. 4x400 meters, T53-54 relay. Set and away. So Australia in 1, United States of America 3, China 5 and Turkey in 7. And off to a really good start is Hannah McFadden, the 20-year-old, 4th in the 100 meters in the T54 and the Pan American champion over 400 meters. Also China off to a very good start. Li Yingli, bronze medalist in the 100 meters, and she's already showing plenty of pace here. Chasing Ange Ballard from Australia. Ballard, 7 Paralympic medals, no gold medals, but was 3rd in the T53 400 meters. Comes around the turn, 2nd behind Li Yingli, and then it's a gap to the United States, who'll have to work here, and also out wide Turkey. So it's, at this stage, China leading from Turkey. But with the stagger, also it's the US and Australia fighting it out. Australia in a pretty good position from that inside lane, considering they had that ground to pick up. But now powering on in towards the back section. It is China out now with Liu, the gold medalist in the T54 100 meters and fourth in the 400. Now as they work to the inside, we can confirm Australia is in second position. We thought they may have been from the stagger. Now, can the United States chase hard? This is Chelsea McClammer in second position. Also backing up from the 5,000 meters, second in the women's 400 meters a couple of days ago. Next change, it's Liu to Zhu, gold medalist in the 400. So this spells danger for the other teams. How are the other teams going to go? Clean change for the Australians. Yes, they go. And also the US as they head towards the back section. So being propelled into the race for the US, we see Sherry Madsen, 39 years of age, silver medalist in the 400 meters in the T54 class, trying to wear down from Australia. In second position, we have Jemima Moore. But China in a world of their own at the moment. This is Zhu with a big margin. Now the United States goes up into second position, past Australia, who hold down bronze, and then it's a long gap to Turkey. So there is one lap to go. 400 meters. Zhu Li Hong, bronze in the women's 400 meters, is propelled into it. Well, it's a massive mountain to climb. I know she's good, and that is Tatiana McFadden, but she's going to have to be very good here. It's going to be, I'd say, a 15th Paralympic medal, but I don't think it's going to be her 7th gold, because China are off and gone. 250 meters to go. They have a margin of 60 or 70 meters. Tatiana McFadden for the USA in second, trying so hard. Australia in third place. Christy Dawes is the anchor leg for Australia. It's China, USA, Australia, and then Turkey have just changed. So they've still got about 350 meters to go. But it's the combination of Li, Liu, Zhu, and Zhu Li Hong. Now, let's look at the time. The world record's going to get smashed. Absolutely smashed. 3:40.66 was the previous one. Look at the time, 3:32.12. McFadden comes in for her 15th Paralympic medal in second place. Silver for the US. Bronze for Australia, Ballard Di Rosario, Moore and Dawes. And then the Turkish combination of Kurt, Achet, Super Getchi and Usta. Oh, and losing her way there, Usta, down the back section. And now she has about 200 meters to go, and the crowd willing her on here as the Chinese celebrate. They got off to a cracking start. The bronze medalist in the 100 and the gold medalist in the 100 T54s, Li and Liu, getting them off to a fantastic start with that sustained speed. And now the cheers of the crowd as Turkey are going to come down and complete the course. They're going to get inside the best time this season for them, as we see Nursa Usta come down the straight and complete the course for Turkey, the 16-year-old. She's managed to get over the line.
I've got some bad news. They've just been disqualified, which is hard lines, but it's the Paralympics.
Well, we did see that incident, didn't we? It was right at about the 200 meters where she slammed into the railings. But, well, that's a terrific feat by China, breaking a world record by 8 seconds. That is something else. It's
absolutely awesome for China. The United States were just outside the outgoing world record set in Beijing, April of last year. 3:32.12. Li Yingji, Lu Wenjun, Zhao Hongxuan, Zhu Li Hong. It's a second goal for Liu and Zhou. Tatiana McFadden gets a 5th medal of the Games. 3 gold and 2 silver. And it's 6.63 in that combination for her in her Paralympic Games career. It's a North American record for the United States. China 3:32.11 was just fantastic. And the thing about Australia, two of the best racers are T53s, and the 54s normally are physically much stronger, but we see De Rosario and Ballard step up occasionally to T54s, and they know how to battle with them. The problem for Turkey was 3 of their 4 best riders are all T53s, and that's why they were well back, and they're also very, very young. So China firing through in the end, with Zhu Lihong crossing the line. Look at that time. 3:32.11 it was rounded down to. And Tatjana McFadden, well, she's magnificent, but on this occasion she needed an engine in the chair. That's the only way she was going to overtake Zhu Lihong. Such an advantage had been put in there by Zhu Hongxuan over Cherry Madsen, who's no slouch in her own right, silver in the 400 meters, and she's been winning major championship medals for a long, long time. But it means a lot for China to get this gold. The most successful athletics nation here at this Rio 2016 Paralympic Games. Li, Liu, Zhao and Zhu.
Now it looks as though Australia's found themselves in some bother as well. They've been disqualified, so no bronze medal in that. So both Australia and Turkey have been disqualified. A gold for China and a silver for the USA.
As we round off the long jump, heading towards its conclusion. The medals to be decided here. 6 meters 51 for Dean Boyce of South Africa. He needs an extra 8 centimeters to make it happen. Can he pull it off? Again, it's around 6.5. Cheetah needed 6:52 to overtake to get into the medals and only came up with 6:50. Boyce needs 6:60 to go second. 6:65 to take the lead. It's a very, very good attempt. It's a great attempt, but does it upgrade it? Oh, he couldn't have come any closer than that. 6:58. He's 1 centimeter off the silver medal, and Boyce takes the bronze. Zhong, 6:59, 5 centimeters away from gold. It's China 1-2. But in what order? Zhong in his first major championship. China have unearthed some astonishing athletes for these Paralympic Games that we have not seen in global competition before. But Zhong's going to give it everything. And again, it's around 6.5. But I don't think that'll do it. Who will be the champion? And that's a statement, not a question. Hu Jianwen, the world champion in the long jump, is going to take the Paralympic crown. It'll be silver for Zhong. It's 6:38. Zhong misses out on gold by 5 centimeters. Boyce misses out on silver by 1. And at one stage, Cheetah was 1 centimeter off bronze. This may be an event to watch for years to come, because there's not much between the 5 best men in the world. It's China gold and silver. Hu at the Paralympic record. Zhong with the silver and a lifetime best. Hu with the world record, 7 meters 13. Well, they could have had an extra large flag if they'd anticipated this result. So Hu takes the gold, Paralympic record, 6 meters 64. Zhong the silver, 6:55. And Boyce gets the bronze, 6:58. China 1-2, South Africa third, 6:64, 6:59 and 6:58. But look at those final marks, very little between the top 5.
And what a display from the Chinese in the 4x400. They could do the double shortly, because we have the women's 4x100 T35s to T38s. Just confirming that result for you. Australia disqualified, Turkey disqualified. So only a gold and a silver to be distributed out of the 4x400. Back to the track now. This is the 4x100 meters T35 to 38 final.
It's across the 4 coordination impairment standing categories. Great Britain setting the world record at the European Championships in Grosseto in June. Colombia, Great Britain, Australia, China and Germany, the 5 in this final. And every nation with medalists. Germany starting off with Linda Ave, 5th in the 1, 6th in the long jump. The Nikolaiczyk sisters combined for the first time in a major global games. Silver in the 1, bronze in the 2 for Claudia. Long jump golds in the T38 for Chen Yunfei and Wen Xiaoyan in the T37. Silver in the 4 for Wen. For Australia, Ella Pardee will be handing to Isis Holt, the 100 meters silver medalist. For Great Britain, Kadina Cox, the first Briton since 1984 to win gold medals in 2 sports at the same Paralympic Games. 2 gold medals for Georgie Hermitage, bronzes for Lylan Hahn. And for Colombia, Marta Lescano is only competing in this. She's brought the colors out tonight as well. Bronze for Marta Hernandez, who's on their second leg. Great Britain, the European champions. Oh, you've got so many greats in this. Cox, Lyle, Heritage, Hahn for Great Britain. Zhang, Chen, Li and Wen for China. Isis Holt for Australia. Elkington Jones, the long jump bronze medalist. 4 by 100 meters. T35 to 38 final. And away they go in the 4 by 1 and Pardee away well for Australia. Cox for Great Britain. Catching up on the Australian on her outside. Zhang, who was 4th in the 400 meters. Starting off for China. All the changeovers seem to be fine. China going well. It's Chen Yunfei. Silver in the 4, 4th in the 1. Gold in the long jump, leading the way. Great Britain trying to catch up. Australia likewise. Here goes Georgie Hermitage. Gold on the 1 and the 4 for Great Britain. It's Li for China. Elkington Jones for Australia. Here's the final changeover. Wen for China. It's Sophie Hahn for Great Britain. Sophie Hahn taking them away, but it's China leading. Great Britain in second place. The rest nowhere. China are going to win this, but how fast will they do it? It's a world record. 50.81 for China. Great Britain in second place. Australia get the bronze. Germany 4, and Colombia in 5th place. 50.81 breaks the world record by almost a second, and it's Wen Xiaoyan, the long jump champion, with the anchor leg, and that was just magnificent. 50.81. China take the gold again, and Great Britain lose their world record as they pick up the silver medal, and Australia going very well in 3rd. There was nobody with an individual gold medal in the lineup for China. Great Britain had 2. But China, great teamwork, great team. And right across the board, records being set. Obviously an Asian record for China, European record for Great Britain. Australia with a continental record also in the bronze medal position. Germany weren't far off either, with the Nikolaiczyk sisters on 3 and 4. But the Chinese quality comes to the fore again.
Well, you've just about run out of superlatives for the Chinese, but 3 of the 4 athletes at 18 years of age, a lot of them coming in as unknown quantities, and they've blown the world away. Full credit to Wen Xiaoyan in the last leg as well, because Sophie Hahn was right there. Georgie Hermitage gave Great Britain an outstanding chance, and it was Wen who had the job to power away, and she did. A couple of really good legs for the Aussies. Isis Holt, the 15-year-old, that spells danger for them in the 200. Having said that, I'm sure China will have someone in there to beat. And Erin Cleaver doing a good job, the 16-year-old. So plenty of youth in that Australian team. We'll see much more of them in Paralympics to come, but it's all about China at the moment and the 2 relays tonight to this country.
Yeah, it was quite a run-in the end. Han is a T38, Wen a T37. They don't mix too often. But China pulling it out of the fire very well. They had 2 gold medalists from these games going into it, both of the long jump. Zhang away very well. Kadina Cox excellently for Great Britain. Colombia getting away with Lescano, Tibocha, Cox giving it over to Maria Lyle. China's changeover fine. Zhang to Chen for Germany. Ave to Maria Seifert. They were in the mix a little bit. Isis Holt coming out brilliantly for Australia. We know how good she is at the 35s, but China getting the changeover first. Georgie Hermitage took over for Great Britain there, reduced the margin by a great amount. And when you think it's Hermitage to Han, you think Great Britain have to win this. But Wen Zhaozhan with a brilliant ankle leg for China and the world record smashed, 50.81, they take the honours. Han and the ankle leg for Great Britain in second place, a new European record, and 51.07, more than half a second inside Britain's old world record from this year's European Championships. Australia 55.09. And let's take a close look at this final changeover. It had to be inside that marker and will be studied by the various officials, not just with the naked eye, but on the video as well. And Wen coming home, receiving from Lee for gold and glory.
They're so well drilled, the Chinese, as well. Have a look at this. She's in front. She knows she's won the gold. She knows it's going to be fast, but still lunges at the line to get the best possible time. It's where the training comes into play, and they leave nothing left in the tank.
Well, it's the sort of event where the result can change. All 5 finalists are okay for now. China with the gold, Great Britain the silver, both inside the old world record mark. And congratulations to Australia as well. Isis Holt and Jodie Elkington-Jones with their second medals of the Games.
There's plenty of history makers on the arena at once there, with Kadina Cox, of course, winning gold in the cycling also. Women's shot put, F35. Next victory ceremony for you. And this was a gold medal to China. It was a silver medal to the Ukraine, and it was a bronze medal to Brazil. Ivana Oliveira, we saw such emotional scenes after she claimed the bronze medal here. The lady from Rio, 9:28 was her throw. It was quite a good battle between Wang from China and Parmesan from the Ukraine. And Wang, who we knew could throw around 12.5 meters leading into this competition. She was the gold medalist in discus, interestingly, in 2008, but has concentrated on shot put since, with a silver medal in London and also coming second in the Worlds after being the Asian champion in Incheon. Victory ceremony, and once again it's Professor Hans-Georg Nader, accompanied by Colonel Marco Aurelio de Araujo. So the bronze medalist, Maravana Oliveira, 26 years of age, and one of the biggest roars we've heard so far after 8 days of track and field.
She's from Rio. Maybe an explanation, a part of the cacophony of noise. But then she's from Brazil. They greet all their medalists like this.
Not quite like that. They get the chance started for Oliveira. That's a special chant for the lady from Rio. And Ria Parmesan, a good performance, only competing in the shot put here. Another that was competing in the discus in London. She was the silver medalist there in the F35-36 classification, but it's the world champion in shot put and also the defending Paralympic champion, dethroned here, but beaten by a class gold medalist with an outstanding throw. But 13:59 was right up there for Parmesan. That was a personal best by a long, long way. She's gone to a new level. And they're having a good time of it, the Ukraine. And another gold medal for China. This time it's Wang Jun, the 26-year-old. 13.91, has thrown almost 1.5 meters better than she has in her life. Only competing in the shot put, so the gold medalist from Beijing 8 years ago, the discus winner in her own country. Her third Paralympic medal, 2 of them being gold. And attached to that, a world record. They are flowing tonight in the Olympic Stadium. World marks all over the place. And the chants continue for the Brazilian bronze medalist as well. So plenty of joy in the stadium at the moment. But a very happy lady about to observe the national anthem of China. So, the Book of World Records is going to change complexion greatly after this track and field program is completed from Rio 2016. The reigning Paralympic champion dethroned Wang Jun, the gold medalist, and a great result for Rio with the bronze medal. So all in all, a very happy scene on the victory podium. And this is the reaction from the Chinese team that won the 4x100 meters. Do you think they're happy?
So China take the gold, Great Britain the silver, Australia the bronze, 50.81, a new world record.
And the cheers continue because Brazil are going to get another medal here in this victory ceremony, the men's 200 meters T11s. And this race featured 2 Brazilian athletes and their guides, Felipe Gomez and also Daniel Silva. So there's going to be plenty of green on the podium. Split by Ananias Shokongo from Namibia. Miss Rita Van Driel, accompanied by Mr. Sevi Kirikou. So there was a Paralympic record set here by Ananias Chikongo from Namibia. 30-year-old, bronze medalist in the 100, fourth in the relay. And the big cheers go up for Daniel Silva, 37 years of age. A part of the winning team in the 4x100 metre relay. Some more silverware here. That means 3 Paralympic medals. He is the current world champion in the 400 metres from Doha and also from Lyon. He's a popular man. Made his debut for Brazil back all the way in 2007. The World Championships were held just up the road in Sao Paulo then. Daniel Silva, the bronze medal. He wants more noise as we get to the silver medalist, Felipe Gomez. 30 years of age, 3 medals here in Rio. Silver in the 100 and 200 and the gold medal in the relay as well. And add to that with his haul in London of a win in the 200 and a bronze in the 100. 5 Paralympic medals now for Felipe Gomez. His time in the final, 22:52, beats the fastest he's ever run before. He was there to win it on the turn, Felipe Gomez, but he was run down in a big finish by Ananias Chikongo from Namibia. 30 years of age, bronze in the 100 metres here, but he's gone 2 better in the 200 metres. And creates some history for Namibia. It was a hot race. We had the 200 world champion up against the 400 world champion in the T11 final. And Chikongo now with a bronze in the 100, a gold in the 200. The reigning silver medalist from Doha. Shaped up to be a great Paralympic battle. And Namibia gain the day. So some great noise around the stadium as it is Namibia with the gold. And have a look at that. That's a beautiful sight. Brazil, silver and bronze. Some real achievers and achievements on the podium. So we leave those scenes and we're about to concentrate on the women's 400 T11 category. We've got some rounds of heats coming up on the track. We're currently about 7 minutes behind schedule at this stage. So perfect night. It's 25 degrees trackside. It's just perfect for some fast running. Haven't we seen that? No humidity at all. It's absolutely perfect. And this is round one of the women's 400 meters. And we see Brazil represented here with Thalita Simplicio da Silva, the 19-year-old, and their absolute hero, Terezinha Guilhermina, is the world record holder, 56.14, set right here in Rio de Janeiro. The Paralympic record of 56.83 has stood for a while. It was set by Santa Marta Bravo from Spain back in Sydney. So Terezinha Guilhermina herself will be competing in heat number 2. Here is Thalita Simplicio da Silva. Felipe Veloso is her guide. 58.22 her best, would see her win this heat if she was able to produce it. From Mexico, Diana Carrazza Castaneda comes into this race at 21 years of age. We have Esperanza Jacasso from Angola in 5, and Larger Ishtatili from Namibia is in lane number 7. Ishtatili competing in 3 events here, the 100, 200 and 400. 4th in Lyon in the 400. That was a while ago, 3 years ago. Simplicio da Silva is the silver medalist in the relay and also reigning bronze medalist at the Worlds over 400 meters. We do see the reigning world champion in this discipline, Liu King, in the 3rd heat. Ready and away, first time of asking. Carrazza Castaneda on the inside was away cleanly, and showing good speed is Simplicio da Silva, and is going to be in front of Jacasso as they head into the back. Ishtatili looks like she's the one to run down. Ishtatili leads down the back straight. Simplicio da Silva is really running hard down the back section and gets past Jacasso, and then a gap to Carrazza Castaneda. Off the back past the 200. Ishtatili in front, but now Simplicio da Silva runs on by, comes up to the turn. It's pretty loud in the stadium, and we still have Guilhermina to run in the next heat. But Simplicio da Silva goes away for Brazil. Carrazza Castaneda may be a danger on the inside. Simplicio da Silva in front with 50 metres to go. Is she getting tired? I don't think she is. Out wide, Ishtatili's coming again. The first will go through automatically, and it's a Brazilian. Simplicio da Silva is the winner. Throws herself down on the track after it. She has given her all from Ishtatili in 2nd place, Carrazza Castaneda in 3rd place ahead of Jacasso. And the time, 58.71 automatically qualifies. So the 3 heat winners will go through to the final, then the next quickest will advance. And it is a regional record for Ishitili, and it's a personal best for Corazza Castaneda. And if you think there was some noise in the Olympic Stadium now, we haven't seen Terezinha Guillemina yet.
Absolutely, 58.71, very impressive, close to a lifetime best set this year of 58.22. I thought she was fading quite a bit over the last 50. Well guided by Felipe Veloso, and Ishitili was climbing fast, and she's taken on 2.25 seconds off her lifetime best. Ishitili in second place with that new African record, but she got away very well, Simplicio de Silva. Remember, she's only 19 years old. She turned 19 during the Olympics. Well clear at this stage. Corazza was in second place for Mexico on the inside, but look at Ishitili move. A huge margin between Simplicio de Silva and Ishitili by that stage. Certainly the Brazilian was fading and just figuratively crawled over the line. Ishitili would have taken her had it been any further. A little bit more stamina for the Brazilian, and she probably would have won by another second. I mean, just look at the gap by this stage on the turn. Well cleared. Just look at the support coming from Veloso. He obviously felt that things were beginning to go a little bit wrong for his colleague there. And the pace and the rhythm, while never ragged, was beginning to decelerate. Chicasso, I thought, had lost her rhythm on the back straight. Struggled from there, even though it was a lifetime best for her of 104.17. Simplicio de Silva just getting over the line. Like the branding on the blindfold as well. The Agitos will go down very well. She's got the win, 58.71. It took a lot out of her, we know that. Victory for Brazil. Simplicio de Silva, 58.71. Only one fastest loser across the 3 heats at the moment. It's Ishitili, 58.97. And that, a new African record.
So the local crowd wait with anticipation for Terezinha Guillemina. And her heat is to come, and they also have Lorena Salvatini Spoladore in the 3rd heat. So the Brazilians could dominate here, but it doesn't look like heat number 3 will go their way, because the reigning world champion in the 100, 200, 4x100 and 400 is involved there. But time will tell. Victory ceremony is still to come as well. The victory ceremony for Tatiana McFadden's win in the 5,000 metres delayed, because she was obviously competing later on in the 4x400 relay. So that has been rescheduled to later on. We still have some further victory ceremonies to come. That man's yawning, I can't believe it.
It's been a long day. 2 more races on the track to come, bit more field action to wrap up, and some victory ceremonies as well to round off the evening.
So let's head back to the track. 2nd heat of the women's 400.
Big cheer coming. Heat 2 features the double champion from London 2012. 3 golds in 2 consecutive World Championships, 2011 and 2013 for her. Terezinha Guillemina. Silver in the 4x1, which went down really well. I got her on the front pages of the papers here in Brazil again. But a full start in the 200, 4th in the 100, and then disqualified. Brazil, the 4th most successful nation in athletics at this Paralympic Games. 26 medals in total, 7 of them gold. And the consideration, perhaps, that maybe this might be a Paralympics slightly too late for Guillemina, but remember what she achieved in London and how this set up and built up this Rio Games. European 200 meters champion, silver in the 1 in Grosseto. From Krakow in Poland, Joanna Mazur. Gold in the 4x1 for China, silver in the 1, bronze in the 2. And the Asian Games 100 meters champion and the former world champion over 100 meters, Zhao Gu Hao of China. And here she is, still salsing until the last. Teresina Guillermina, the 6 times world champion, all in the past tense now. The double Paralympic champion from London, both those crowns now gone. But silver in the 4x1, and she's still given her Brazilian public a lot to celebrate. And lots of the crowd this week have come to see her. It's been a great career. But the final chapter is nowhere near completed yet. Boya of Angola does not start, so it's Guillermina in 1, Zhao in 5, and Mazur in 7. Only the winner to qualify. 58.97 the target for the runner-up in this. So away they go. Guillermina at least has a medal to her name. The rest of the championships overall, maybe a bit of a disappointment for her. Bit of a gap because there's nobody in lane 3. Zhao catching up with Joanna Mazur. And remember Zhao taking the 100 meters gold in T12, same in 2013. The T11 titles have those same games going to Guillermina. And look at her go in the back straight. Guillermina's moving up and she's in the lead now. Mazur and Zhao tilting up with second place at the moment. The crowd's going absolutely mad. This is the woman they've wanted to see win. Did so well in the rounds of the 200 meters, but falls started in the final. Guillermina making her way through. She's going to get the victory. It's either going to be the last or the penultimate race of the Paralympic Games that she's going to win, but she will win it. Guillermina, 57.88. Zhao in 2nd, Mazur in 3rd. And the crowd have got their value tonight. Guillermina, in terms of the 400 meters, finished outside the medals in London. But she was in the final there, and she's in the final here. Here's the world champion over 400 meters from Lyon, and silver in Doha. But in terms of the Paralympic Games, can she produce a massive swan song in this 200 meters? She got away very well. Crowd absolutely urging her on all the way. It's a season's best for her. And it's a second faster than the winning time in the previous heat. Mazur has been eliminated. Zhou finishing ahead of her. And Zhou is eliminated as Chatile as she's got the fastest loosest time. But Guillermina has got one more fight left in it. 57.87. World record is 9 years old by her. Actually in this stadium in the Pan Ams, for which this engine now was built. Guillermina has built a truly great career for herself since then, and she takes the honours in this semi-final.
Well, you're quite right. It's a long campaign, and she did show signs of fatigue late, both of the Brazilian athletes, Talita Simplicio da Silva and also Teresina Guillermina, showing signs of tiredness towards the end, but it's going to be hard for them if that's the case, because we've still got Liu in heat number 3, but 57.87 automatically qualifying. Zhu from China has to sit and wait, and Mazur in 3rd place. But can you imagine it if she's in front in the straight in the final? We could have quite a dramatic swan song for Guillermina, but we concentrate now on heat 3. Now we've got it Salvatini, Spoladore not starting. We've had a few of them, a couple for illness, and there was official communication throughout the afternoon that a few athletes had been bringing on other gear onto the track, such as bags, etc., and they've really stamped down on it. So another DNS, this time for Salvatini, Spoladore. Liu Qiu from China. Involved here, gold in the 4x100, silver in the women's 200, bronze in the women's 100, but she's the reigning world champion in the 100, 200, 4x100 and 400, and she's the Asian champion in 5 disciplines. So we see her against one opponent here in Sol Rojas from Venezuela. So a match race of sorts. The 24-year-old from Venezuela has clocked around 60 seconds this season, so it'll be a respectable run again here by the 24-year-old, competing in the 200 and the 400. And her nickname is La Bala in Venezuela, which converts to the Bullet. We've seen a few of those nicknames, similar nicknames here. So here we have Sol Rojas from Venezuela. Erickson Medina is her guide. Quite amazing. I'd say tonight, judging by who's in the back straight and also the near straight, there'd be upwards of 10,000 people here. Gee, they made some noise there for Guillermina. That was the biggest roar of the championships, I can tell you. Liu from China in lane 3, so it's a field of 2. So looking to automatically qualify Liu, and with her credentials, it should really be just a trot around one lap of the Olympic Stadium. Rojas hoping for the best time possible to be the fastest second. Just making sure that binding is absolutely perfect. You don't want any mishaps around the arena, and they look settled now. And away they go. So Simplicio da Silva took the first heat, Teresina Guillermina in the second. Who will join the 2 Brazilians in the final automatically? Getting off to a quick start was Liu over in lane number 3, but at this stage holding the stagger pretty well, Rojas, but keeping in mind she's quite wide. And as they head down towards the 250-metre mark, she's doing a pretty good job here, Rojas, being helped along by Erickson Medina and Liu, who's had a pretty long campaign herself in lane number 3. Not looking to break any land speed records here, Liu, but she'd like to qualify comfortably if she can, coming around the turn with 100 metres to go. Rojas, who has run around the minute mark this season, Liu giving her a race now. Liu goes past Rojas, and in the closing stages, Liu, she may even switch off here. The guide's going to push her, and now he'll snick back, and she wins. Oh, no jogging around, let me tell you. It's a Paralympic record, 56.32. So the Asian champion in 5 disciplines and the reigning world champion in 4 of them has just made a little bit of a statement.
Well,
so
how about
that's
that?
Impressive.
How about that? And a 2-horse race as well. 56.31, the new Paralympic record, had been held by Purificación Santa Maria Bravo of Spain, set in Sydney 2000. But that was absolutely astonishingly fast. Absolutely ploughed through it. And only Sol Rojas to beat. And Rojas actually did very well there. It's 56.83. Which is tremendously fast for her. But the achievement there.
And look at the scenes after the race. She's given her all. Absolutely given her all.
Well, she's going into the chair, unfortunately. Well,
that throws down the gauntlet to Teresina Guillermina. There'll be great atmosphere in the stadium when these two clash, Liu and Guillermina. Liu will go in as favourite, but the home ground advantage, Guillermina, the crowd will try and will her home. It'll be a spectacular race. But right here, thought Rojas did a really good job. And it was only really this last part of the race that Liu got the ascendancy. And even Rojas here, she was still making up some ground late. Pushed the Chinese athlete all of the way, bringing about the Paralympic record.
Asian record as well. It had been held by Liu, the 56.68 set in Doha at the World Championships.
So that means that Zhu Guohua from China will miss out. So Rojas will go through because it's the second quickest time behind Liu. And then it's Guillermina and Simplicio da Silva. So no wonder Rojas was tired after that. Out of, let's see, we had 4 in the first, 4 in the second, 2 in the third. So out of 10 athletes, she's the second fastest. She goes through with a DNS next to the name of Lorena Salvatini Spoladore. And there's the makeup of the final. Shaping up to be a terrific spectacle. China, once again, will go in as favourites.
Medal ceremonies will continue. A little bit of field action to wrap up as well. The men's 800 metres T53 victory ceremony. This was a cracking race. It was really, really tight. Not much between the top three. Brent Lakatos has now a medal of every colour from these games. Gold in the 1, silver in the 4, bronze in the 8, having won 3 silver medals from London. Can't beat a bit of variety. The triple world champion from Doha, triple Pan Am champion from Toronto. But based in England at Loughborough with his wife Steph Reed. And his first ever actual bronze medal at the Paralympics. Pierre Fairbank, gold in 2000 in Sydney in the 200 metres. No Paralympic gold medals since then. But boy, he came close here. Looked all set fair, leading for the final straight. And then narrowly edged out. Nineteen hundredths of a second in the end. He gave it a really good go. It's been a long time since he's had a Paralympic gold around his neck. And when Fairbank won that title in 2000, Pongsako Payo was 3 years old. The Paralympic champion over 400 and 800 metres now. Silver in the one for good measure as well, the race that Lakatos won. And who knows what awaits gloriously in the future for this man. The next generation coming through. Thailand's successful time in the wheelchair racing continues. Fairbank, by the way, with his first Paralympic medal since Beijing in 2008 and his first individual one since Sydney 2000. So reason to celebrate for all three. For the soundtrack of the Thai anthem. Thailand, top of the podium again. And they've now picked up 4 gold medals in athletics. They've all come in the wheelchair racing. 2 for Paya, 2 for Wahara. All 8 medals coming in men's wheelchair racing in the 50s. Don't think they're done yet, though. Silver for Fairbank. Great achievement, his first individual Paralympic medal since Sydney 2000, and Lakatos with the gold, silver, and the bronze now. Now, they've built that big podium for a reason.
They have. It's time for the relay ceremonies. Got to fit a lot of people in. This is the 4x400 metre victory ceremony. This is for T53 and 54 class. But before we do that, the 4x100 T35s to 38s. So the 4x400s have been delayed somewhat, but it's the same result because it's a gold to China. Team of Jiang Fenfen, Chen Junfei, Ling Yingli, and Ben Xiaoyan. 3 of the 4 Chinese athletes here, 18 years of age. So the future so bright, they just keep producing them. Some history makers on the podium for Great Britain: Kadina Cox, Georgie Hermitage. And some youngsters in the Australian squad as well. Isis Holt at 15 and Erin Cleaver 16. Jodie Elkington-Jones already tasting a bronze medal in the field, joined by Ella Pardee. Mr. Ed Warner with the honours again. And Australia in the bronze medal position. They were 25th in the medal tally leading into this session. And with a little bit of help from Scott Reardon, that should push them up a few places. There's Isis Holt. We haven't seen the end of her yet. Silver medal in the 100. She'll compete in the 200 towards the end of the program. And another medal as well draped around the neck of Jodie Elkington-Jones, 23 years of age. So 2 medals. She was just outside the medals in the relay in London. So some happy ladies. A terrific team here. Kadina Cox got them underway. The dual gold medalist on the track and on the cycling track as well. The 16-year-old Maria Lyle with such a bright future after being the bronze medalist in the 100 metres. They are the world champions in the 4x100 relay, Great Britain. Georgie Hermitage, the 27-year-old, who takes home 2 gold and a silver from the Paralympics in Rio. And Sophie Hahn, the 19-year-old, brought them home. The gold medalist in the 100 T38, silver medalist here. Great finish to the line. They had their chance. Hahn was in a good position. But in the end, some quality sprinting from both Great Britain and China at the head of affairs. So some quality sprinting, a quality team. Great Britain silver medalists. And this team has helped China get their gold medal tally in track and field to 22. They lead Great Britain on 13 and the USA on 12. The team of Jiang Fenfen, 18 years of age. Chen Junfei, 24 years of age. Li Yingli, 18. Wen Zhaoyang, 18. Chen, plenty of medals to take home. Gold in the relay, the long jump and the 400 metres. Silver medal. Li Yingli, a gold here, finished 5th in the 100 final. And Wen, who brought them home in spectacular style, 2 gold. And also a silver in the 400 from Hunan province. But a spectacular finish with Wen Zhaoyan being hunted down by Sophie Hahn, but she pulled away late and gave gold to China. As I mentioned, another one that's now 22 gold for China. And once again, the national anthem of China. Well, they were a class act. In fact, class right across the board. Gold to China, silver Great Britain, and bronze to Australia.
So many great athletes in the one shot. World record, don't forget, 50.81. Kadina Cox now with 4 medals, 3 in athletics, gold, a silver and a bronze, plus a cycling gold. We'll keep that podium there, as it's now the women's 4x400 meters T53, 54, That will come shortly. We might keep the same people on the podium. The United States will be smothering it anyway. This is the women's 5,000 meters T54. And another McHattrick for the United States. This ceremony heavily delayed, probably for obvious reasons, due to the fact that Tatjana McFadden has had a very full diary. Pretty much everything we said after the 1,500 meters applies here. USA 1, 2, 3. McFadden, McClammer, McCrory. Only silver and bronze in a different order. McCrory taking the bronze here, pipped by a teammate by 100th of a second. McCrory, who took Paralympic titles in the 5,000 in 2008. The 800 meters in 2006. Chelsea McClammer, Pan Am champion over 400 and 800. She is 22 years old. She's a triple Paralympic medalist now. Silver in the 4, bronze in the 15, and now silver in the 5. Amanda McCrory was not in the 4. Hundredth of a second, the margin by which she got the silver ahead of McCrory. Tatjana McFadden picks up the gold for the 3rd time at this Paralympic Games. The 400, the 1,500, and now the 5,000 to go with 2 silvers, the second of which she will receive shortly for the relay. Going for 7 medals now. It would be 5 golds. It's very, very doable. What does she do with all those toms? 6th gold medal of a Paralympic career. 15 medals now. It's the United States all the way. So, Tatiana McFadden, 3 golds and 2 silver. And the all-time record of medals in athletics of Paralympic Games, 8 each. Bart Dodson, 1992, Franz Nietlisbach, 1988. In the live TV era, you could say Chantal Petitclerc, 5 in 2004. Tim Sullivan in 2000. Rima Batalova, 1992. And a good friend, Tanni Gray-Thompson, 1992 as well in Barcelona. Who's a couple of rows behind us commentating for the whole fortnight for radio. Most successful woman of all time, Ingrid Larsson, with 7, 6 gold, 1 bronze, 1984. Between New York and Stoke Mandeville. Now, women's discus, F41 is coming up. This for athletes of short stature. It's the same medalists actually as the World Championships in Doha, but a different order. Fatia Mamea won the silver in the discus of the World Championships, as she had done in Lyon 2 years earlier. 6th in the shot put here. 26.16 she threw. It's about a metre down in a lifetime best set earlier this year. North African nations are excelling in Rio as usual. Great result for Niamh McCarthy from Carrigaline in Cork for Ireland. Bronze at the World Championships in Doha. Silver in the Europeans in Grosseto. And at the Paralympic Games, a silver medal in Rio de Janeiro for Ireland. Irish medal for the 4th time in athletics in these games, and a 9th overall. 4 gold, 3 silver and 2 bronze. And in athletics, 2 gold and 2 silver after Smith, McKillop and Barry. And Rawat Lily takes the gold again for Tunisia. It is a golden double. She won the shot here, along with the discus, as she did in the World Championships in Doha. And it is the 3rd consecutive Paralympic Games in which she's won a gold, but it's the first time she's taken gold in the discus. The previous 2 were in the shot. Mind you, she did win silver in the previous 2. Where's she from again? It's actually exactly the same celebration as she had in the shot put. And she won by just about 7 meters. Increased her world record by 4 meters for Tunisia. Round Lily, Paralympic champion again. Her 8th global gold. Niamh McCarthy with her 3rd major championship medal in a row, a Worlds, a Europeans, and now a Paralympic Games. And Fatia Maima gets her first Paralympic medal after 2 World Championship silvers in the discus. Well done all.
Victory ceremony for the men's long jump, T38 final, and we had a Paralympic record fall here, and it was a Chinese 1-2, and another medal for Boyce for South Africa after he claimed 3 medals in London. The long jump has given us so many exciting competitions throughout the championships. Mr. Ed Warner officiating. He will present the medals, the IPC Athletics chairperson. And ably assisted by Mr. Joe Saravia. And Boyce from South Africa, the 25-year-old. He jumped 6 meters 58, just outside his personal best of 6:57, so he was able to increase it by ever so much. Got the 4th in the 100. Get some silverware here. 4th Paralympic medal. He's also the silver medalist from the World Championships. South Africa having a pretty good day in the field on day 8 of the championships. China, Zhong Huanghao, the 18-year-old. His second jump was 6:55, and then was able to extend that even further, putting some pressure on the leader at 6:59, the personal best by 22 centimeters. Finished 6th in the 100 meters and has a bright future. And a major international competition debut here for Zhong, and has answered in spectacular style. And this is Hu Jianwen, the 29-year-old from China. 2 gold medals after winning the 100 meters. He's also the world champion in the 100, 200 and the long jump. He's got it all. From China with 22 gold medals now at the track and field. Mr. Ed Warner with the gold medal, draping it round the neck of the champion. So in the end, another exciting competition in the long jump and a familiar result. So on day 8 of the track and field program at the 2016 Paralympics, China continue on their winning ways with gold and silver in the men's long jump and a bronze medal to South Africa.
The men's javelin, F34. Very competitive event this proved to be today. Wang Zhang, the world record holder. And he was in this, but would he take the gold?
So we have a field of 9, and this is Abdallah Yayai from the United Arab Emirates. And an opening attempt. In the end, he was just inside. In fact, it was a metre inside his personal best. That was his first attempt, and that kept him in 6th place. This is, let's see, Rajik from Tunisia, 34 years of age. And looking to turn back the clock. His personal best is around 37 metres. That would be enough to win a gold medal in this sort of competition. He did win it in Beijing 8 years ago, but not this time. The best throw, which you just saw there, was the 5th round, 30-36. Overall, Colombia are having a pretty good time of things at the Paralympic Games, especially in track and field. This is Diego Fernando Menezes Medina, 18 years of age, and has been throwing around the 30-metre mark, just underneath of it, and he's thrown the best he's ever thrown in his life, well and truly over 30 metres. The best throw, 31-31, so over 1.5 metres better than anything he's ever done. A personal best in the F34 classification for Menezes Medina from Colombia. So we moved into the medals. Mohsen Kaidi from Iran, 29 years of age. Now, he had plenty of no throws in the 6-round competition. 4 of them were illegal throws, but he was able to manage a big one. And it was 33-42, a season's best, to take the bronze medal in this F34 category. Got off to a good start, but in the end, too many no throws, so unable to challenge for a silver, which was won by this man, Wang Yanjiang, the 25-year-old, can get up towards the 40-meter mark, but wasn't able to do that tonight. But this was his final attempt. His best throw was 33.05, and he got over that, almost up to the 35, 34.15. Fourth in the shot put, second in the javelin, and that adds to his haul from London, where he was winner in this event and also runner-up. In fact, runner-up in this event and won the discus. So he's disappointed, but he goes home with silver, his third Paralympic medal. And what about this man? Mauricio Valencia, again from Colombia, 28 years of age, can get it up towards the 38-meter mark. His best attempt to this point was 35.56 in the fourth round. Sent it on its way, and even though it landed flat on its side, it went 36.65, and that was enough for a gold medal to win by 2.5 meters over Wang Yanjiang. And he knew it. A gold in his grasp. So Colombia with the gold medal, China with the silver, Iran with the bronze. And there's a couple of contrasting emotions, with the Colombian just missing out. Meneses Medina, the 18-year-old, missing out on a medal. He finished in fourth place, so he was distraught. Mauricio Valencia was ecstatic with the gold.
If you're wondering why no 4x4 victory ceremony, by the way, in the 53s, 54s, the McFadden event, USA finishing second behind China. Australia were disqualified. Australia appealed. USA have now been disqualified, and they're appealing that. China gold, Australia silver for the moment. Here's the long jump. And our bronze medalist, Dion Boyce. This was actually a fantastic competition throughout the day. Manu finished silver in the long jump in Doha in the World Championships. It was very tight throughout actually in this event. A lot of nip and tuck. Boyce at one stage was only 1 centimeter inside the medals, with Chida nibbling behind him, the 08 champion. But that last attempt, a new African record, 6:58, puts him into third position, 1 centimeter behind this man. Zhong Hangzhou, the 18-year-old, in his first Paralympic Games, his first major championship. This is fourth attempt, going out to 6.59 meters, improving his previous best by 4 centimeters. A lifetime best. Tried to send himself out a few more centimeters more to grab the gold. 6.59, his best of the night. Hu Jianwen, who took gold in the 1, the 2, and the long jump in Doha at the World Championships. 2/3 of the set complete here, and this is opening jump of the competition. Set the standard that no one else could match. 6.64 meters, a new Paralympic record. 16 centimeters on from the mark set by Dion Boyce at London 2012. And in fact, 4 men, including the South African, beat that tonight. But who takes the gold for China? 5 centimeters to spare over Zhong Huangzhou. Boyce moving through shot, or couldn't move through the Chinese. Bronze for him. So who wins? 6.64, new Paralympic record. Zhong the silver, 6.59, and Boyce the bronze, 6.58. The women's discus, F41. Category for those of short stature. Large field in this, 14 overall, including all 3 medalists from the most recent World Championships. This is Renata Slawińska of Poland. turned 20 years old last week. Slavinska really getting it out strong in a very first attempt, a world record in the F40 category. Those of slightly shorter stature than the F41s. 23.34 would be her best throw of the night, and she would finish 6th overall. This is Hayat El Gara of Morocco. 25.62, a season's best and lifetime best going into this. And would add a further 10 centimeters onto that. 25.72, a new lifetime best. And she would finish in 5th place. But Tunisia providing 3 of the top 4. This is Samar Ben Koleb, 20 years old, like El Gara, like Slavinska, who we've already seen. No throw in the opening round. Lifetime best of 24.84. Before that, 25.79, a new lifetime best for her, and again, couldn't throw further than that. Out of the medals in 4th place, but happy with the circumstance. Fatia Maima, silver in the discus in the last 2 World Championships. Getting this one out to 26 meters 16. It's in the 3rd round. And bronze for her. Breaking up the Tunisians at the top, Niamh McCarthy of Ireland. Bronze in the discus in Doha at the World Championships. Silver in Grosseto at the Europeans. Tremendous throwing by her, 26.67. Silver for Ireland, their 4th athletics medal of these games. And happy. A runaway winner in this though. Rawa Talili. Gold in the last 2 Paralympic Games in the shot. Did the double in the shot and the discus in the World Championships in Doha. And she's done the same in the Paralympic Games. Nobody could live with her way beyond her world record mark, which was 29 meters 70. And look at that, 33.38, almost 3.5 meters clear. She gets the gold and the new world record, 33 meters 38. Rawa Talili, the gold for Tunisia. Niamh McCarthy, the silver for Ireland. And Fatia Maima, the bronze for Tunisia. McCarthy, the only non-North African in the top 5.
Now, the women's shot put F35 classification. And some of the highlights of this event. This event, again, success for China. Here is from Brazil, Maravana Oliveira from Rio. So plenty of the crowd at that side of the arena, behind the goals, if you like. Finished 7th in London in the discus and 8th in the shot put, but has improved at the World Championships last year through 9.17 to finish in the bronze medal position at the World Championships. 26-year-old, that's her personal best. Could she produce something out of the box in front of her home crowd? And she could at her 3rd attempt, 9 meters 28, well and truly putting her into bronze medal position. Her nearest pursuer, Chanel Van Zyl from South Africa, couldn't get over the 8.5 mark, 8.49, so clearly clear air in bronze medal position, Maravana Oliveira. But then it was up to Maria Pomazan and Wang Jun to fight out the gold medal. They were throwing around the 13-metre mark. And here is Maria Pomazan, 27 years of age, from the Ukraine, only concentrating here on the shot put after being runner-up in the discus in London, but won this event. So defending Paralympic champion. Her best she's ever thrown just over the 13-metre mark. This was her second attempt. Well, her best was just over the 13-metre mark. What about that? Well and truly over at 13:59. That has gone a long way. And a silver medal for the Ukraine. Didn't take long to really ramp it up. Her second attempt. And that held her in silver medal contention. And our winner, Wang Jun, 26 years of age. Well, her best was a half a metre less than Pomazan's leading into this competition. But her first throw was illegal. She got the red flag. And this was her second attempt. And look how far that went. That even bettered Pomazan's throw by some 32 centimetres. And I don't even think she can believe how far she threw that. It's almost a metre and a half better than the best throw she's ever produced at international level. 13 metres 91, her second attempt. She wasn't even able to match that for the rest of the competition, including an illegal throw. 13.77 was the best she got near it. 13.91, a world record to Wang Jun from China, and the gold medal from Maria Pomazan from the Ukraine, silver, and Maravana Oliveira from Brazil, a popular result. The Rio girl does good.
World records in both relays. Great champions retaining their crowns. Rio 2016 never disappoints. Until next time, bye-bye.